standing in front of a whole army of rich kids who wanted me dead. I had exactly one thing to say to my girls. Do it. And oh boy, did they do it. My 12 goddess warriors clicked their short spears together. Click-clack. Boom. Instant 2-meter lightning javelins. They pulled back like Olympic athletes who'd been struck by lightning and loved it, and then they just threw. Not like normal throwing, mind you. Each spear turned into a screaming thunder dragon that blasted through everything in its path. Soldiers? Missed. Heroes? Missed. Lords? Believe it or not, also missed. 12 spears punched 12 trenches of absolute carnage through the entire enemy army, like God himself drew lines on a battlefield with a very angry marker. I was losing my mind. This is so satisfying. Better than bubble wrap. Even the Empress looked shook. She told me if all 12 spears were aimed at her, she'd only have a 30% chance of surviving. 30%. And she's basically a walking cheat code. Now He-Chi, the genius who organized this whole "let's jump Jiang Chen" party, was hiding in the very back like a true leader. The spear that reached him only had 30% power left. Unfortunately for him, 30% of instant death is still very much death. The spear punched clean through his chest and took every organ with it like a carry-out order. He tried to say some dramatic last words, but his upper body just folded over. Dude couldn't even die properly. Then came the best part. The survivors completely lost it. Run for your lives. Please don't kill me. I'm sorry, Daddy Jiang Chen. I'll never do it again. One guy actually threatened me. My family will make sure you never return to Blue Star. Buddy, you're about to not return to anywhere. And then there was this one girl. I don't have money, but I'm from the Zhang family of White River City. They'll pay ransom. Also, I can warm your bed, ma'am. I appreciate the hustle, but no. Look, I'm not heartless. But here's the thing. If they caught me, dead. 100% dead. I'm a commoner. These trust fund lords would squash me like a bug, and their families would make the military look the other way. Plus, and this is the important part, they were all broke. Already spent everything. You can't buy your life with an empty wallet and a wink, sweetheart. So my decision was simple. Nobody leaves. Cynthia didn't even need me to say it. She just reached out her hand, and those spears that were stuck in the ground hundreds of meters away, poof, teleported right back to her grip. That is so cool. Space magic on the weapons? I love this unit more every second. The other warriors recalled their spears too and went to work cleaning up. Meanwhile, my phone was blowing up. It was in Shueisha. Where are you? Are you okay? Don't be a hero. How did she even know? Oh right, when a lord dies, it gets announced on the regional chat. And I'd been speed running through lords like a man checking items off a grocery list. Speaking of which, the chat was having a meltdown. Everyone had been vibing earlier, talking about hero rankings and who'd become town mayor someday. Some fangirl was simping for me. Normal Tuesday stuff. Then suddenly, announcement. Lord He-Chi was killed by Lord Jiang Chen. So anyway, about the upgrade rewards. Announcement. Lord Wang Qin was killed by Lord Jiang Chen. Announcement. Lord Wang Meng was killed by Lord Jiang Chen. 12 death notifications. Back to back. 1 full minute of absolute silence in the chat. You could hear a digital pin drop. Is today April Fool's? 18 lords just died? We only lost 8 lords all day, and this maniac just wiped out 18 in one go. And Shueisha jumped in. Jiang Chen won't answer me. I swear, anyone who touches him, I will end you. Someone replied. Ma'am, he's the one doing the touching. And Shueisha. I don't care. Then someone tried to be reasonable. Maybe they accidentally stepped on his landmines. Announcement. Lord Kong Guang was killed by Lord Jiang Chen. The chat went silent again. Someone please tell him to stop. Announcement. Lord Zhang Meng was killed by Lord Jiang Chen. He's killing girls too, maybe. She was ugly. Death announcements kept popping up every few seconds. One every few seconds. Like clockwork. Like I was playing Fruit Ninja, but with actual people. Someone finally cracked. Brothers, I'm feeling unwell. Gotta bounce. Peace. This is a massacre. Has Jiang Chen lost his mind? Maybe he's going for the Bloodlord path? I heard his parents are dead. No sister. No house. He's literally the perfect candidate for Bloodlord. And just like that, the moment someone whispered, Bloodlord, the entire chat froze solid. Not a peep. Honestly, I didn't even notice. I was too busy having the time of my life. Apparently, While I was out there playing Whack-A-Lord, the entire chat was having a collective panic attack about whether I'd gone full psycho. See, in this world there are 3 types of lords people respect. Entertainment lords who build theme parks and restaurants like they're playing SimCity. Farming lords who stack defense towers like paranoid maniacs. One guy, named Tishin, literally has millions of towers. Bro, who hurt you? And warlords who just love punching things professionally. Your Han Zins, your Huacubings, the classic, violence is my resume, crowd. Then there's the type nobody respects, the Bloodlord. These are basically serial killers with real estate. They level up by murdering other lords, and the government puts bounties on them faster than you can say. War crime. And guess what the chat decided I was? Yep, everyone was convinced I'd snapped and gone full Bloodlord. People were saying stuff like, his parents are dead, no sister, no house. He's the perfect Bloodlord candidate. Thanks guys, really feeling the love. Nothing like strangers psychoanalyzing your tragedy to justify why you might be a mass murderer. Thankfully, my defense squad showed up. And Shueixia, he was defending himself, you idiots. He went broke on the hero rankings and organized a revenge squad. Tushan Yaya, Jiang Chen is very gentle. He would never, ma'am, I just turned 41 people into confetti, but sure, gentle, works. Evening, Man chimed in. If what Shueixia says is true, they deserved it. But if he is a Bloodlord, I'll personally put him down. Cool. Thanks for the conditional support, really heartwarming. Then Li Muse popped up crying. Thank you Jiang Chen for not killing me yesterday. This dude attacked me just yesterday, and now he's out here writing thank you cards. Smart man. Growth mindset. The kill count? 41 lords total. Chat went dead silent counting them up. And Shueixia announced, it's over. Thank goodness Jiang Chen is safe, someone said. Girl, you're so biased. And Shueixia, without a shred of shame. Biased? Those lords only died. Jiang Chen was startled. He experienced fear, lady. I experienced the opposite of fear. I experienced a spa day with explosions. But I appreciate the energy. Now, looking at my haul, 460,000 energy points. 460,000. Each dead lord dropped thousands of points, basically walking boss monsters with trust funds. No wonder people go Blood Lord, even knowing the government will hunt them down. This is like discovering the cheat code to life is crime. I immediately built a smelting factory and maxed it to level 2. Priorities. Then I finally texted Shueixia back. Me. All good. Handled it. Her. Are you hurt? Me. Nope. Her. Was the battle brutal? Me. Bodies everywhere. Absolutely devastating. I mean, technically true. Just. Not in my bodies. She freaked out. How bad were your casualties? My casualties? Let me think. One farmer got an arrow in the arm. He'll be fine by tomorrow. Me. Some casualties, but manageable. I'm not lying. I'm just curating the truth. She warned me the Lord families would come for revenge. I told her straight up, I have nobody on Blue Star they can threaten, and in this battlefield, with MY growth speed, they should be the ones losing sleep. Then I remembered something. That hawk that was spying on me earlier. I asked the Empress if she could track its owner. She shook her head. Fine, whatever. I turned to Cynthia. Blast it. One thunder spear later, the hawk exploded into a red cloud 100 meters up. Beautiful. Like a firework made of bird. I hopped on the regional chat and dropped one line. A small punishment. Won't happen again. Everyone thought I was talking about the massacre. Only Lin Mo knew that message was personally addressed to him. His spy hawk just became modern art, and he got the message loud and clear. Apparently his hero Garcia was screaming about epic hero and epic troops after watching my girl's work. Linimo looked like he'd swallowed a lemon whole. Good. After all that excitement, I sent Farmer 1 to mine gold at the new deposit, left Cynthia and half the goddess warriors to guard it, and portaled home with the rest. The moment we got back, the Empress grabbed her stomach. I'm hungry, honestly. Same. I'd been running around since breakfast without eating a single thing. Between the gambling, the ambush, and the massacre, lunch just didn't happen. So 30 minutes later, there we were. Me, the Empress, and 6 goddess warriors sitting around my janky little table in the middle of my territory like the world's most overpowered dinner party. On my plate, a bowl of porridge made from epic gray dragon tooth rice, and a huge plate of meat from a legendary tier monster beast. I sighed dramatically and said, just a simple meal, nothing fancy. Dragon tooth rice porridge. Legendary beast steak. Simple. I already knew what the rice did. But the legendary meat? That was new territory. Let's find out what this bad boy does. I took one bite of that legendary beast meat, and my jaw nearly hit the floor. 8 body, for spirit energy, for soul. 16 stat points. From one bite. One single chomp of barbecue gave me more stats than some people earn in a week. And this was just me throwing raw meat on a fire like a caveman. Imagine if I actually had a proper kitchen and a chef who knew what they were doing. I literally have a kitchen blueprint with fancy cooking upgrades sitting in my inventory. The possibilities are making my brain short-circuit. The Empress wiped her mouth looking satisfied. It gave me 1 body point. Impressive for legendary ingredients. Giselle, who basically never smiles, actually smiled. I got 2 body points, my lord. Eat up, everyone. Don't be shy. We were all going to town on this feast when a terrible thought crept into my brain. I only have 150 units of this legendary meat. We just ate 10 units in one dinner. That's not sustainable. If only I could kill a legendary monster and get more. And that's when my eyes drifted, completely on their own, I swear, over to Dragon 9, who was sitting nearby looking at us with big puppy dragon eyes. Dragon 9, my loyal legendary dragon, made of legendary meat. She blinked at me innocently. Master, can 9 have some meat too? The guilt hit me like a truck. This precious creature has been fighting beside me loyally, and my first instinct was to calculate her nutritional value. I'm a monster. Not the edible kind, the moral kind. I grabbed the biggest chunk of meat I could find and launched it into the air. Here, 9. Catch. She opened that house-sized mouth and, gulp, gone. Was it good? She smacked her lips. Swallowed it whole. Couldn't taste anything. Can I have another one? I slammed my hand on the table. Have you heard of chewing? Chew. She looked at me like I was crazy. That piece of meat was the size of a crumb to me. If I don't swallow fast, it gets stuck in my teeth. I looked at her head, literally the size of a small house, and just sighed. Fair point. The Empress laughed and said, 9, dragons can take human form at level 20, right? 9's eyes lit up like stars. Then she got all shy. I wonder what I'll look like. If I'm even half as pretty as you. Empress, I'll be happy. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. I am never eating this dragon. Then, ding ding ding, the Heavenly Tao announcement alarm went off. I opened the regional channel. Announcement, Stage 2 upgrade ranking rewards revealed. First Lord to reach level 2. Outstanding chest X1, 2nd to 10th. Rare chest X1, 11th to 100th. Fine chest X1, I grinned. I upgraded to level 2 yesterday. There's no way I'm not first. The chat went nuts immediately. Finally, level 2 rewards. Another outstanding chest? This starter town's rewards are insane. Who's getting first place? I'm betting Jiang Chen. The man was already selling iron equipment yesterday. Same. Jiang Chen for the win. Then Wei Ming, ever the entrepreneur, piped up. Anyone want to gamble on it? I'll set up the betting pool. Mu Qingshuang teased him. Why, Wei Ming? Are you confident you'll be first? Like Lin Mo was. Wei Ming. Oh no, just casual fun. Spoiler, he was absolutely confident. Turns out that iron mine I cleared out for him that morning let him farm enough resources to secretly hit level 2 just before the announcement. Sneaky little guy. Tushan yeah. I'll bet on Jiang Chen. From now on, every ranking, I bet Jiang Chen wins. Me. Are you addicted to winning money off me or something? Yeah. Yep. I made 40,000 spirit stones today. So happy. Wei Ming. Okay, since nobody objects, let me go set up the betting pool. He never got the chance. Announcement, Lord Jiang Chen. First place level 2 upgrade. Reward, outstanding chest X1. Announcement, Lord Jiang Chen. First place level 2 upgrade. Reward, 100 reputation points. Wei Ming. Not him. Announcement, Lord Ing Man. Second place. Reward, rare chest X1. 50 reputation. Wei Ming. Still not him. Announcement, Lord Wei Ming. Third place. Reward, rare chest X1, 30 reputation. Wei Ming finally exhaled. Third. Not bad, but you could practically hear his ego deflating through the screen. Yeah, well, I was right again. I feel like I just missed out on a fortune by not betting. The level 2 ranking started and ended in the same breath. With all due respect. You top players are a bunch of sneaky try-hard freaks. Can you elites please leave something for us normal people? I must have murdered orphans in my past 8 lives to get sorted into the same starter town as these lunatics. Someone said, normally, upgrading to level 2 within 3 days makes you a top player, since you have to clear the monsters guarding the iron mine first. But 3 people did it in a day and a half. I was going to bet on Ing Man as the underdog. Ing Man, I'm the underdog? Slip of the tongue. Please don't kill me. Meanwhile, I wasn't even paying attention to the chat or the chest, because something way more interesting popped up. Notice, your reputation exceeds 300 points. You are now somewhat famous in the county. Notice, a merchant caravan has heard of your name and is heading to your territory. Perhaps you should prepare enough spirit stones. My eyes went wide. A special event? Triggered because I was the first lord to hit somewhat famous reputation? Merchants coming to MY doorstep? Oh, this is going to be very interesting. So having high reputation is basically like being a celebrity with a VIP shopping pass. Merchants actually come to your door instead of you going to them. And their inventory sometimes has epic tier stuff in it. The catch is everything costs a fortune. If Ing Man ran into this caravan, she'd probably buy the merchants themselves. But honestly, I don't care about epic items right now. What I want are the weird niche things, seeds, blueprints, cultivation techniques, skill books. The boring stuff that secretly breaks the game. Then, out of nowhere, the Heavenly Tao dropped another bomb. Announcement: Town 10,080 SIXS troop quality is significantly above average. Triggering special, troop power, rankings, first place, epic chest, an epic chest. In a starter town, I almost choked on my legendary barbecue. Last time I opened an epic chest, I got 10 tons of dragon tooth rice. 10 tons. Whatever's inside this one could be equally insane. The chat predictably lost its collective mind. Epic chest in a starter town? Has this ever happened? Then someone with actual reading comprehension noticed the fine print. The ranking counts total troop power, meaning all your soldiers' stats combined, not just your strongest one. Wait, so we can just spam cheap soldiers to stack numbers? Finally, a chance for us normal people. Every lord in town went into full war production mode. But I just sat there grinning like an idiot. You guys want to spam soldiers? Cool. Go ahead. Spam your common tier troops. I have the Celestial Sound Pavilion. You spam commons, I spam outstanding tier troops. Let's see whose numbers are bigger. I immediately sent orders to the gold mine. Everyone pull overtime. You don't stop until I have 1,000 units of gold. Farmer 1, bless his heart. We will complete the mission even if it kills us, my lord. Meanwhile, somewhere across the map, I could practically feel Ing Man grinding her teeth into powder. She'd actually upgraded to level 2 on the first day, found her own iron mine, had 10 epic farmers mining nonstop, and rushed it in 2 hours. The girl is a genius, a whale, and lucky. Triple threat. And still couldn't beat me. Her advisor Meng Tian was confused. How does he mine so fast? Does he have epic farmers too? But he's a commoner. Then Ing Man, dripping with suspicion, Meng Tian. Do you think Jiang Chen is secretly some royal family's illegitimate love child? The wild but spoiled kind, Meng Tian. That it's possible. We should investigate when we return to Blue Star. These people think I'm a secret prince. I'm literally just a regular orphan with really good luck and zero shame. But sure, keep theorizing. Then the troop rankings dropped, and Ing Man went full competitive mode. She has multiple squads of epic troops, so she figured this was finally her time to shine. But then she remembered who she was dealing with. That Jiang Chen is too weird. Even a lion uses full strength to catch a rabbit. I'm spamming cheap troops too, just to be safe. Meng Tian tried to talk her down. Your Highness, wasting energy on low-level troops just for one epic chest isn't really worth. Ing Man pulled out the nuclear option. If I lose again, it's not just my face on the line. It's father's face too. Father. As in the first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. She literally played the "My dad conquered China" card. Meng Tian folded instantly. Fine. Then Ing Man suddenly remembered something. Wait, didn't Jiang Chen say he'd sell me equipment tonight? It's late, and he hasn't even contacted me. Did he forget about me? And she just video called me. No warning. Just ring ring. I answered expecting in Shuexiao, but instead got a full holographic Ing Man staring at me. And look, I'm in this for the money. She could be a literal pig, and I'd still smile and bow. But I'll admit, seeing her face caught me off guard for a second. And Shuexiao is soft and pretty, but Ying Man has this sharp, regal energy. Born to rule vibes. The kind of girl whose natural resting face says, Neil, did you forget? She did not look happy. Forget? Me? Never. I was just finalizing the inventory. Let me send you the catalog right now. Smooth save. Totally didn't forget. Then she switched to serious mode. She wanted to hear my side of the whole massacre situation. Very reasonable, actually. She said she believed in Shuexiao's explanation, but with dozens of dead lords, she needed to confirm I wasn't going blood lord. I respected that. Some people would get offended, but why pick a fight over something I can clear up in 30 seconds? I sent her the video of He surrounding me and trash-talking before the battle. She watched it, then laughed. Okay, so you were basically fishing, but they took the bait because they were greedy. They deserved what they got. Then she stuck out her hand. Now where's the stuff you're selling? Show me. Business time. My favorite time. I sent Ying Man my entire catalog of stuff I can't use. 36 pieces of equipment, including 7 outstanding tier pieces that are level 8 to 10. Her eyes practically turned into dollar signs. Are you sure you don't need these? My troops literally can't wear them. Dragons don't do armor. Goddess warriors come with their own built-in divine weapons. And my centaur leader only uses swords and bows. Well then, lucky me. 2 million spirit stones. Final offer. I blinked. Did math in my head. Market value was maybe 1 million. With demand markup, 1.5 million tops. She just casually offered 2 million. Deal. This woman spends money like she's personally offended by having it. After we closed the deal, she tried to be smooth. Oh, by the way, if you ever happen to have any epic tiger monster meat lying around, call me. I'll make it worth your while. Then she hung up before I could respond. Real subtle. She definitely figured out I'm the one who killed that epic tiger. But would it kill her to just ask directly instead of doing the whole mysterious hints thing? So now I'm sitting on 650 million. Wait, 650,000. No. Let me think. I had 4.5 million after upgrading the recruitment order. The Celestial Sound Pavilion needs 4 million for materials. I was basically broke. But now I've got an extra 2 million to play with. Time to spend it immediately like a responsible adult. I pulled out my kitchen blueprint and scrolled through the upgrade options until I found the perfect one, the Drunken Immortal Pavilion. An epic tier restaurant. Cost. 1 million for the blueprint upgrade. 800,000 for materials. 1.8 million total. There goes all my new money. Easy come, easy go. The building takes 8 hours to construct, which means it'll be done by morning. Perfect. No need to waste stones on instant build. Time for bed. Same arrangement as last night. Me on top, Empress below. Nothing happened. Moving on. Next morning I woke up and the Empress was already gone training. That woman's work ethic makes me feel like a slob. I walked outside and there it was. The Drunken Immortal Pavilion. 20 meters tall. Flying eaves, golden roof, jade walls, dragon pillars, misty spiritual energy swirling around it like the building was breathing. It looked like someone grabbed a palace from a fantasy painting and dropped it in my backyard. I opened the stats panel and my jaw dropped. Epic quality. Comes fully staffed with a manager, an epic chef, an epic brewmaster, and 30 waiters. The inside has 4,000 square meters of dining space, VIP rooms, private rooms, and 100 regular tables. It seats 700 people. But the real kickers, Immortals drink, an epic tier spiritual wine that boosts all stats by 50% for 10 minutes. 10 minutes of being 50% stronger at everything. That's a panic button and a party drink rolled into one. World's delicacies. It came preloaded with recipes from multiple races across the entire battlefield. My chef already knows how to cook everything. Divine chef's blessing. Any food made here tastes 50% better and gives 20% more stat bonuses. For epic quality ingredients and below. Spirit Gathering Formation. The top floor VIP room has 500% increased spiritual energy density. 500%. The Empress nearly passed out from excitement when she walked in. I could just become an entertainment lord with this one building and be set for life, I muttered. Then I checked the upgrade costs and choked. 30,000 energy just for level 1. Epic buildings are not for casual players. The manager came out to greet me. This humble servant Wong Kai, At your service, my lord. His name is literally, get rich. Amazing. I love it. I handed over my legendary ingredients and told him to make breakfast for 5 people in the top floor VIP room. The manager saw epic tier ingredients and his eyes went wide. His loyalty jumped 15 points on the spot. Nothing builds trust like showing your new employee that the pantry is stocked with food that costs more than most people's houses. Half an hour later, me, the Empress, and 2 off-duty goddess warriors sat down to the most ridiculous breakfast of all time. The dragon tooth rice and tiger meat, now prepared by an epic chef in an epic kitchen with the building's cooking bonuses, incomparably better than my campfire barbecue from last night. Plus a whole table of side dishes made from regular ingredients that still had stat bonuses because everything in this building gets buffed. You ate heavenly fragrant spirit meat, body 7, spirit 7, soul 7, 21 stat points. From breakfast. This is living, I sighed happily. Amanda, mouth completely stuffed, was almost crying. This is so good. Compared to this, Giselle's cooking tastes like dog food. Giselle is going to murder her when she hears that. I was finishing up when Dragon 9's enormous head suddenly appeared in the window like the world's scariest room service. Master, I have a report. I wiped my mouth. Go ahead. While exploring the map, we found other lords' territories. Not surprising. My troops move fast, and we've been scouting dozens of kilometers out. The starter town map isn't infinite. Running into neighbors was inevitable. Okay, don't start any fights. Just give me the details. 9 gave me a guilty look. You're a little late on that order. What? Giselle already captured them. They're outside right now. I didn't say, go kidnap people. I said explore. There's a difference. While I was enjoying the most bougie breakfast of my life, my troops were apparently out there committing diplomacy violations. Here's what happened. Wei Ming, the gambling guy from the chat, sent his hero Eva to explore, and she found a second iron mine. Great news, right? Except it was my iron mine. I had a centaur guarding it. Just one. Because honestly, who needs more than one outstanding tier centaur to babysit some rocks? Wei Ming saw a single guard and took it personally. How dare someone leave only one soldier? This is disrespect. Brother, it's not disrespect, it's efficiency. You just can't tell the difference because you're weak. He sent his fancy rare tier gladiators to attack. First contact, splat. One gladiator instantly deleted by my centaur. Wei Ming's brain started buffering. That's at least outstanding tier combat power. And they're using it as a security guard? Then it clicked. Outstanding centaur. Only one lord has those. The same lord who turned 41 people into energy points last night. Stop. Stop fighting. I know him. We're friends. Too late. Giselle had already arrived. She blitzed through his remaining troops like they were made of wet paper, then grabbed Wei Ming by the neck and dragged him back to my place like a cat bringing home a confused mouse. Her reasoning? He attacked our stuff but says he knows the boss. I don't get paid to think. Here, you deal with it. I love this woman's work ethic. So there's Wei Ming, standing in front of me, legs literally shaking. I decided to have some fun. Wei Ming, my brother. I hear you attacked my resource point. Total misunderstanding. My hero did it on her own. I had no idea. Sorry, Eva. Thrown under the bus at light speed. I just stared at him silently. Didn't say a word. Let the silence do the work. His forehead started sweating. Because he knows what I did to the last group of people who annoyed me. That silence lasted maybe 10 seconds, but I guarantee it felt like 10 years to him. Then the best part happened. He saw Giselle and assumed she was the Empress, my top hero, the one ranked first on the hero power chart. So this is the Empress. No wonder she's ranked first. Truly terrifying. Then Amanda came bouncing out, grabbed Giselle's arm, and yelled, Giselle, come eat. The boss made amazing food again. Wei Ming's brain crashed. She called her Giselle, not Empress, and they're wearing matching armor. Which means, she's not the hero. She's not even special. She's just a regular troop unit. A regular troop unit that soloed his entire army. I could literally see the gears in his head grinding. If the soldiers are this strong. And the outstanding centaur is just a mine guard. What is the actual hero like? I finally smiled and let him off the hook. Since it's a misunderstanding about that iron mine, Wei Ming nearly dislocated his shoulder patting his own chest. It's your mine, big bro. I'll even send my troops to help guard it. And If you happen to find any high-level bosses, I'll call you first, big bro. And if you find any crystal mines, I'll buy them at premium. Big bro, don't insult me with money talk. What's mine is yours. What's yours is also yours. This man just signed away his entire future with a smile. I almost felt bad. I gave him some leftover side dishes from breakfast as a parting gift. You know, the ones my epic chef made from regular ingredients that still had insane buffs. Wei Ming nearly fainted. 50% spiritual affinity boost for 3 hours? This is priceless. For him, treasure. For me, literal leftovers. I told him it was a, sorry you got kidnapped, gift. After he left, I had a moment of self-reflection. I've been getting way too murdery lately. I almost killed Wei Ming for his energy points just now. My first instinct when meeting a new person is calculating their loot value. Is power corrupting me already? Deep thoughts. Very concerning. Anyway, moving on. My goddess warriors found a crystal mine, 27 kilometers east, deep in a jungle full of level 15 to 18 monsters called jungle predators. The dragons couldn't fit between the trees, so I sent all 6 goddess warriors instead. Amanda was fighting an 18-level outstanding boss, a 20-meter snake called a jungle slaughterer. The thing had higher stats than her on paper. Didn't matter. She beat it into submission and finished it with an uppercut that launched the snake's entire body 10 meters into the air. Done, she cheered, shaking out her fist. I left Amanda to guard the crystal mine. She pouted but agreed, and had Abigail drag the snake corpse back to base. Just casually hauling dozens of tons of dead snake through the forest. Normal Tuesday stuff. Back home, I had Farmer 2, my newest legendary farmer, butcher the snake. With the Divine Farmer passive boosting everything, I got 5x yield at 1 tier higher quality. Epic snake meat, outstanding snake gallbladder, the works. All of it went straight to the drunken Immortal Pavilion's kitchen. Wonkai? Make dragon tiger stew for lunch. Yes, my lord. Then came the big moment. The gold mine finally hit 1,000 units. I spent all morning converting it into star gold, the last material I needed. Every piece fell into place. 10 seconds after the last gold unit arrived, the final star gold was ready. I took a deep breath and said the words I'd been waiting to say. Build the Celestial Sound Pavilion. The Celestial Sound Pavilion shot up from the ground like a skyscraper, having a growth spurt. Bigger than the drunken Immortal Pavilion. Gorgeous. Imposing. Also, 3 days to build. 3 days? I don't have 3 days. I have ambition. Instant complete. 43,200 spirit stones. Gone in a blink. Worth every penny because what happened next almost made me pass out. The Empress got a new epic title, Holy Master of Celestial Sound, with a 30% boost to all stats. Her combat power instantly smashed past 300 stars. She's level 10. 300 stars at level 10. That's like a toddler bench pressing a truck. Nobody would believe it. She also unlocked a new skill called Teaching and Enlightenment. I'll get to that in a second because it literally broke my brain. But first, the Empress looked at the building and frowned. My lord, it seems a bit small. I couldn't help myself. Clearly you have no experience. Size isn't what matters. It's performance that counts. She walked right into that one. Now, the Celestial Sound Pavilion stats? Absolutely bonkers. It's not just a barracks that spits out soldiers. It's a whole school. Meditation rooms that double skill learning speed. Spirit rooms that double energy absorption. Training rooms that generate bonus energy. And the crown jewel. A trial tower where regular outstanding tier disciples can be promoted to epic tier. Outstanding troops going in, epic troops coming out. It's a troop upgrade machine. The only weakness? The default martial arts and skills were kind of mediocre. C-rank techniques, D-rank sword skills, some basic stuff. Then I checked the Empress's new skill. Teaching and Enlightenment. Any technique or skill the Empress learns automatically becomes available to all Celestial Sound Pavilion disciples. Every single one. I lost it. Actually cursed out loud. What the F? Think about what this means. If I get my hands on an S-rank cultivation technique and give it to the Empress, then every soldier I recruit from this building automatically knows that S-rank technique. Mass-produced elite warriors. It's like downloading kung fu directly into their brains, Matrix style, except it's real and it's permanent. The Empress alone is worth more than most legendary heroes just because of this one skill. She's not just a fighter, She's a one-woman military academy. Then I figured out why she's so powerful. She's not some random battlefield native. She was summoned from across dimensions based on her past life memories. She's basically an interdimensional import, which is why the system treats her differently. And then the notification hit me. You have created a new, outstanding tier troop type, Celestial Sound Disciple. You may announce this across the entire 7th Heaven, Zone 666, Blue Star Domain. Announce? If announced, 10,000 reputation, 100 legend points. I froze. Just stood there with my mouth open. A global announcement. Not town chat. Not regional chat. Global. Every single one of the billions of new lords on Blue Star would see it. Even the main world's realm altars would react with supernatural phenomena. Last time this happened was centuries ago when Zhu Yuanzhang, yes, the emperor, created the epic tier Imperial Guards, and every altar on Blue Star rang for 3 straight days. And now me, a commoner orphan, could trigger the same thing. Over a troop type I accidentally created because my hero is an interdimensional cheat code. After standing there frozen for a solid few minutes, I calmed down and thought it through. The system classified my Celestial Sound Disciples as a created troop because they've literally never existed before in this world. The Empress brought them from another dimension. Fair enough. And the 9 Celestial Maidens don't count because there can only be 9 of them, not a mature troop type. Now, do I announce? Absolutely. 10,000 reputation and 100 legend points? I'd announce it from a mountaintop with a megaphone if I had to. But not right now. Timing is everything. See, if I announce now that I can mass-produce outstanding troops, everyone competing in the troop power rankings would just give up. Sounds great, right? Wrong. Because Ying Man wouldn't give up. That lunatic princess would go nuclear, disband all her farmers, dump every resource into spamming soldiers, and turn this into an arms race that hurts both of us. Best outcome. I win first, she gets second. We both get prizes. Nobody wastes resources on stupid escalation. So I'll drop the global announcement after the rankings close. Maximum drama, minimum competition. Big brain plays only. I shelved the announcement and opened the recruitment menu. 9 Celestial Maiden. Legendary 5,000 food, 10,000 energy. Celestial Sound Disciple. Outstanding 800 food, 2,000 energy. Thank God I saved all that energy from last night's massacre. Those 41 lords are still contributing to my economy from beyond the grave. Thanks, guys. Recruit. 9 Celestial Maiden. The entire pavilion lit up like a Christmas tree. 10 minutes later, out walked a woman who made the air itself feel more elegant. She was around 30, dressed in flowing palace robes just like the Empress, absolutely stunning, with the kind of mature beauty that makes younger women jealous and older women nostalgic. She curtsied gracefully. Your servant Fan Yin Tian, greeting my lord. No need for formalities. I helped her up and immediately did what any responsible commander would do. Checked her stats. Fan Yin Tian, my first 9 Celestial Maiden. Level 1. 28 stars of combat power. 28. At level 1. The Empress started at 26. My dragon started at 18. This woman walked out of a building and was already stronger than most people's entire armies. And then she saw the Empress and completely lost it. Your Majesty, it's been 2 years. We finally found you. The Empress blinked. 2 years? I've been here 2 days. Turns out time moves differently between dimensions. 2 days here equals 2 years back, where they came from. The Empress looked at me for answers, and I panicked internally. How would I know? I'm a high school graduate, not a theoretical physicist. But thanks to years of reading web novels, I put on my wise sage face and said, 1 day in heaven equals 1 year on earth. The myriad races battlefield is the origin of all worlds, so naturally time flows slower here. The Empress nodded like I'd just quoted ancient scripture. Then she asked, can we ever return to our world? My brain was screaming. But my face? My face was calm, weathered, full of ancient wisdom. Of course, I said with a heavy nod, eyes full of fake profound sadness. But it is a path filled with thorns. Are you prepared? She bowed respectfully. Thank you for your guidance, my lord. I understand. She bought it. Thank you, web novels, for teaching me how to BS my way through interdimensional philosophy. Then the second maiden showed up and saved me from more questions. Zizai Tian, greetings, my lord. Empress, we missed you so much. One by one, all 9 celestial maidens were recruited. Their names were like a Buddhist poetry slam. Fanyin Tian, Zizai Tian, Miaoqing Tian, Xianjing Tian, Duowen Tian, Guangmu Tian, Yangyin Tian, Pajuo Tian, and Yinma Tian. Ages ranged from mid-30s down to Zizai Tian, who looked about 14. Every single one was gorgeous. My territory is starting to look like a Fashion Week runway, and I'm not complaining. Everyone level up. To 5. Golden light rained down. 279,000 energy burned through in seconds. At level 5, each maiden broke 100 stars of combat power, stronger than my level 7 goddess warriors. These women are absurd. I sent them all out hunting level 15 monsters and got to work on the main event, troop spam. Time to do math. Yes, math. The most powerful weapon in any lord's arsenal. I grabbed a stick and started scratching formulas in the dirt. Energy per recruit, energy per level, energy regeneration rate, population cap requirements, housing costs. The Empress watched me scribbling like a madman. My lord, what are you doing? You think being a lord is easy? I said without looking up. This is called territory mathematics. It's a prerequisite for territory strategy studies. I sounded so official, she actually gained respect for me. One affection. We're at 96 now. For more points to 100. And when we hit 100, hee. The math said I could afford to level each new recruit to 3. So that's what I did. 80 celestial sound disciples recruited by nightfall, all level 3, all sent out in pairs to hunt within 10 kilometers of base. My territory went from scary military compound to terrifyingly beautiful scary military compound. Wall-to-wall gorgeous warrior women everywhere you look. Then, just as I finished dinner in the VIP room, a disciple rushed in. My lord, there's a merchant caravan outside claiming to be from the county capital, the Merchants. The special event from hitting, somewhat famous, reputation. I'd been waiting all day. I walked to the window and looked down. Dozens of horse-drawn carts, nearly 100 guards. This was a serious operation. I met their manager in a private dining room. His name was Tian Ding, from the Tian Family Trading Company. I heard in Xinjiang County that you've topped multiple rookie rankings. Seeing your territory now, the rumors don't do you justice. Xinjiang County. So that's what our county is called. Filing that away. Enough flattery. Show me what you've got. He handed over a catalog with hundreds of items. Most of it was basic equipment I didn't care about. But then, Territory Advancement Talisman, E-rank upgrades and F-rank Lord Talent to E-rank. 10,000 stones each. 3 available. Bought all 3 instantly. Then I found the martial arts section. 23 technique books and skill manuals, from basic stuff like fireball and iron cross technique to breathing methods. Individually, nothing special. But with the Empress's teaching and enlightenment skill, every technique she learns gets automatically downloaded into all my troops. Bought every single one. Tian Ding tried to be helpful. My lord, with techniques, quality over quantity is usually better. Thanks for the tip, I said, not caring even slightly. I also grabbed farm blueprints, arrow tower blueprints, and ranch blueprints. Then asked about plant seeds, because I've got legendary farmers who can turn a weed into a miracle crop. He only had low-grade ones, which he thought were worthless. Buddy, if you knew what my farmers could do with a potato. Then I scrolled to the very bottom of the catalog, and my heart stopped. Epic Hero Summon Token, 10 million Spirit Stones. Tian Ding puffed his chest proudly. For a new lord like yourself, an epic hero token must seem like an impossible dream. Yes? I almost laughed in his face. I literally have one already. I've been trying to sell mine. And upgrading one to legendary only costs 1 million stones, making his 10 million price tag hilariously overpriced. But then a beautiful idea formed in my brain. What if I use this merchant as cover? I buy his epic token publicly, but secretly sell my epic token privately. Nobody knows I had one already. Everyone thinks the merchant brought it. Clean transaction, no suspicion. 10 million stones from selling mine equals exactly enough to upgrade a legendary hero token for my second hero slot. I pulled up the catalog, took a screenshot, and messaged the richest person I know. Me. Image of catalog. Hey, need me to pick anything up for you? Target. Ingyin Man. The walking bank account. The woman who treats millions like pocket change. Let the shopping spree begin. First person I try to sell the epic hero token to? Ingyin Man. Obviously. The woman is a walking ATM. Me. Hey, epic hero token in the merchant's catalog. 10 million stones. I'll buy it for you at cost, 0 markup. Ingin man. Ah, how sweet of you to think of me. But my epic hero tokens already fill an entire drawer. A drawer. An entire drawer full of epic hero tokens. Like their office supplies. Like their pens. Me. Point 666, big sis. Okay. Plan B. Intuitia. Me. Hey, merchant caravan has an epic hero token. Want me to grab it? Intuitia. Oh my god, an epic hero token? Your luck is insane. Me. 10 million stones. I'll get it for you. Her. I don't have that kind of money. Me. Borrow from your family. Ask Ingin man. Her. Still not enough? Me. Getting desperate. Fine. 9 million. I'll haggle the merchant down. She literally paused. 9 million? I've never seen a reseller who loses money on the deal. I slapped my own forehead. Way too eager. Tone it down, Jiang Chen. Me. I'll try to negotiate a discount. Her. Still way too much for me right now. Me. Okay, here's the plan. Tomorrow when you return to Blue Star, tell the city lord about it. No way he'd pass on an epic hero token. Her. But merchant caravans only stay 3 hours. I remember this was on the Huanggang exam. This girl is citing textbook questions in a life or death negotiation. I love her. Me. Don't worry, I'll secure it for you no matter what. I'll put up my own money if I have to. She got all emotional. You're so good to me, Jiang Chen. Here, I just got a drop I was going to keep, but take it as thanks. Intuitia has mailed you. Deep sea lure. I nearly fell out of my chair. A deep sea lure. This thing triggers a deep sea monster wave, which for normal lords is just a scary attack. But for me, with my troops and my legendary farmers who turn every monster corpse into premium materials, this is worth 10 epic chests. I've been trying to buy one of these on the trading post for days with 0 luck. And she just gave it to me. For free. Because I was nice. Note to self, being nice is occasionally profitable. I wrapped up with the merchant, buying all 23 technique books, all 3 territory advancement talismans, some blueprints, and nothing else. The merchant looked disappointed. He thought I was a whale. I bought the equivalent of gas station snacks. To make up for it, I invited him to dinner. When he saw the outstanding tier cuisine I served as a casual meal, his whole attitude changed. He even dropped a cryptic warning on his way out. The Chinese, Hua tribe, doesn't have it easy in Qingyang County. Prepare yourself. Then he just left. No explanation. No details. I flipped him off as his caravan disappeared into the distance. Stupid Riddler, whatever. I'll deal with county politics later. Right now I have money problems, and I know exactly how to solve them. The Drunken Immortal Pavilion has been functioning as my private cafeteria, but it's time for a side hustle. I had the epic chef whip up 1,000 portions of spirit snake soup using the snake meat from yesterday's kill. Regular snake meat epic chef building buffs equals rare quality food that permanently adds 1 body point. I slapped all 1,000 portions on the trading post. 2,000 stones each. The chat reacted exactly how you'd expect. Rare tier food? 1,000 portions? I'm still eating black bread over here, and this man is running a Michelin restaurant. Some broke lords tried the guilt trip. 2,000 stones? What a scam. 500 is fair. Yeah, lower the price. Don't make us feel bad, bro. They got absolutely destroyed in the replies. Permanently adds 1 body point. That's basically a stat book. 2,000 stones is a bargain. No money? Then don't talk. Sold out in 10 minutes flat. 10 minutes. 2 million stones in my pocket just like that. People who missed it were begging. Can you restock? Me. Sorry, limited production. Same time tomorrow. Creating artificial scarcity while building brand loyalty? Marketing 101, baby. Now what to spend it on? I had 4 options. Upgrade my lord talents, upgrade technique books, trigger the deep sea monster wave tonight, or mass-produce weapons. Lord talents are entertainment-focused, not urgent. Technique books take time to show results. The monster wave would be way more profitable after I hit level 3 tomorrow. So option 4 it is. I pulled out a regular sword and upgraded it into Crimson Holy Word, an outstanding tier weapon with 2 killer skills, Blood Arc, Area Attack, and Holy Word, Burst Damage. Even the Empress still uses 1. Cost, 20,000 stones per sword. I made 100 of them. Every single celestial sound disciple and 9 celestial maiden got one. Their combat power skyrocketed. Kill efficiency went through the roof. And yes, I was broke again. The circle of life. Next morning, I was up early for once. Checked the troop count. 230 celestial sound disciples overnight. On track to hit 300 before the ranking deadline. 300 outstanding tier disciples, each wielding crimson holy words, all buffed by the Empress's 40% stat aura. Total combined power, over 6,000 stars. First place on the troop power rankings? Please, that's not even a contest. That's a formality. I woke up, checked the battle logs, and nearly spit out my breakfast. 21,210 unread entries. 21,000 monster kills. In one night. See, I run a tight operation. My celestial sound disciples work in 3 shifts. Round the clock. No breaks, no mercy. The monsters rest, my girls don't. Everything within 10 kilometers of my base got absolutely steamrolled. More kills in one night than the entire previous 3 days combined. And casualties? 0. Still 0. My streak remains immaculate. One click collect all. 261,000 energy. 31,800 spirit stones. 26 fine chests. Plus a mountain of random loot I just dumped in storage because I literally can't be bothered to sort it right now. Rich people problems. By late morning, I was living my absolute best life. Sitting in the VIP room of the Drunken Immortal Pavilion, eating a gourmet lunch by the window, getting a massage from Zizai Tian, the youngest celestial maiden, who has a massage skill so good it's borderline illegal. Lower. Right there. Here, my lord. YSSS, that's the spot. I quickly opened the regional chat to distract myself. Professionalism. Very important. The chat was buzzing about the upcoming troop power rankings. This guy Huang Xian was bragging about his preparation. Huang Xian. I built 3 barracks and 100 houses and spammed troops for 24 hours straight. Wei Ming. That's gotta be over 1,000 militia. Huang Xian. 400. But my territory is still level 1. Only 4,000 square meters. It's so packed in here people are standing on each other. If I don't get a good ranking, I might have a mutiny on my hands. Poor guy went all in. 1,400 trash tier militia, crammed into a territory the size of a parking lot. Like stuffing 1,000 people into a studio apartment and hoping nobody snaps. Then some newbie girl innocently asked, why spam low-level troops? Can't you just level up existing ones? The entire male population of the server pounced on her like piranhas. Go back to Blue Star, this isn't for you. Did you buy your elementary school diploma? Maybe she thinks being dumb makes her cute. Wei Ming mercifully stepped in. Upgrading a militia from level 10 to 11 costs 5,500 energy for 2 combat power. Recruiting a new militia costs 100 energy for 2 combat power. Get it? The girl went silent. I felt a little bad for her, honestly. But also, she should have done the math. Then Shueisha video called me. Jiang Chen, did you spam troops? About 300, I said casually. Her eyebrows furrowed. Only 300? You're just aiming for top 100 then? She thought I meant 300 militia. 300 common soldiers. Adorable. I actually meant 300 outstanding tier warriors, each one stronger than most people's entire armies. But I didn't correct her. Why spoil the surprise? What about you? I asked. I didn't bother. Even if I spammed, I can't beat first place, and a single outstanding chest isn't worth wasting a day of development. Smart choice. But why are you so sure you can't get first? She made a face. Because Ying Man also spammed troops. My ears perked up. How many? Are you trying to spy on her? Shueisha giggled. She actually sent me to spy on you two. You two are ridiculous. Just ask each other directly. Then she dropped the number. 2,000 militia. Plus her existing epic tier squads. Her total power is probably pushing 6,000 stars. I exhaled. Relaxed. 6,000? That's it. My celestial sound disciples alone are over 6,000. Not counting dragons, goddess warriors, or 9 celestial maidens. Ying Man dumped all her resources into 2,000 garbage soldiers and thinks she's safe. She's going to be so mad. Shueisha added, she's lost to you 3 times in a row. She said this time she's going all out, no chances. Well, tell her I'm very concerned about her competition, I said with a straight face. That should make her happy. Then Shueisha changed the subject. Remember that epic tiger near my territory 2 days ago? My poker face engaged. Of course I remember. I'm the one who killed it. But nobody knows that except maybe Ying Man. Sure, what about it? I'm so unlucky. After the tiger was gone, I thought I could explore that mountain range. But nope. Ran into another problem. I leaned in. Don't tell me it's another epic monster. Not quite, she said, looking miserable. But not much better either. Shueixia told me she ran into a squad of mountain guardians, outstanding tier dwarf soldiers, all level 14, a full team of 12. She lost 3 more wolf riders just from the encounter. The girl is a magnet for trouble. But while she was complaining, my brain was doing backflips. A full squad of outstanding tier dwarf troops doesn't just randomly appear. That means there's probably a dwarf military building hidden in that mountain range. And if there's a building, there's way more than 12 guards. They say the goddess of luck is sleeping in my bed, I told her. But I think she's actually in yours. She glared at me through the video. I'm dying out here, and you're cracking jokes? She mentioned Ying Man promised to bring her army to help clear the mountain after they returned from Blue Star. Which meant I had a few hours window while they were gone. A few hours is all I need. The moment I hung up, I started barking orders through Lord's heart like a general preparing for D-Day. Dragon 9, Dragon 1, Dragon 5, Dragon 6. Return to base. All goddess warriors except Amanda. Return to base. All 9 celestial maidens. Return to base. The Empress watched me and smiled. Another expedition? How'd you guess? 9 maidens, 5 goddess warriors, you and me, 16 people. For dragons carry exactly 16. I burst out laughing. My Empress is getting smarter every day. She shot me a look. What do you mean getting? I've always been this smart, but she didn't object to me calling her my Empress. Noted. Once everyone assembled, I leveled up 3 dragons from 6 to 10 in one shot. 414,000 energy, basically every drop I'd earned overnight. The dragons grew so massive their 20-meter wingspans crushed together in the town square like SUVs in a compact parking space. I really need to upgrade to level 3 before my troops outgrow the territory. 3 minutes to the troop power rankings. I told everyone to get ready to move the second the rankings dropped. Meanwhile, somewhere across the map, Ying Man was celebrating prematurely. Jiang Chen only made 300 troops. He's just trying to stay in the top 100. This time I win, Meng Tian asked. You have him as a friend. Why not just ask him directly instead of going through Chui Xiao? Because, Ying Man said dramatically, I need to look like I don't care. Like getting first place is no big deal. Just casually dominating. You know that feeling, right? Meng Tian deadpanned. Yes. It's the exact feeling Jiang Chen gives off every time he beats you. Ying Man. Noon. The sky exploded with golden light. Rankings time. The chat was vibrating with excitement. Everyone agreed to watch the rankings before returning to Blue Star. It's only a few minutes. The list counted up from 100th place. 1 name per second. 100th place. 530 combat power. Some guy with 520 immediately had a breakdown. 10 points. I missed by 10 points. I should have made 3 more militia. This is why you go all in or don't go at all, people. Yaya landed at 89th. Perfectly calculated. Just enough troops to guarantee top 100, minimal waste. That fox girl is scarily efficient. Lin Mo showed up at 72nd. About 300 militia worth. The commentators roasted him. Seems like he overcalculated a bit. Lin Mo said nothing. Smart man's been keeping his head down ever since I blew up his spy hawk. Huang Xian, the guy who built 1,400 militia in a parking lot, grabbed 10th place and an outstanding chest. He was so excited he started giving an acceptance speech. I'd like to thank the Heavenly Tao, my family, and all of you for your support. Wei Ming. If you pull a good troop or a hero from that chest, you're set for life. Huang Xian. Ha 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 from your lips, 2 gods ERS. Then positions 4 through 10 turned out to be small family lords and even 1 commoner. Respect to all of them. They bet everything on this, and it paid off. And now, the top 3. I took another bite of my lunch, felt Zizai Tian's magic hands working my shoulders, and smiled. Showtime. 3rd place went to Mu Qingxuan, a military lieutenant who apparently spent her entire budget going all in. For 1,200 combat power. She apologized for not doing better, blaming tight military funding. Ma'am, you're 3rd. That's incredible. Then Wei Ming asked the question everyone was thinking. The top two are Jiang Chen and Ng Man again, right? Ng Man. Obviously. Me. Yeah, obviously. Shueixia. Jiang Chen. You made 300 militia. Stop. Pretending. Wei Ming suddenly went quiet. Because his brain just did the math I was waiting for someone to do. If I really made 300 troops plus my goddess warriors, I should be somewhere on the list. But positions 3 through 100 were already revealed, and I wasn't on any of them, which means troop power rankings 2, Lord Ng Man, outstanding chest X1, 200 reputation, second. Again, the chat absolutely erupted. Ng Man is second again. That's 4 times in a row. The eternal runner-up, who dares call her that to her face? No, I meant it as a compliment. Consistency is admirable. Shueixia was in shock. How? I know her numbers. How is she second? Ng Man, through gritted teeth. It's Jiang Chen. Again, meanwhile, back in her territory, I'm told she literally started glowing with rage. Her hair was floating. Her eyes turned yellow with vertical slit pupils like a dragon. Meng Tian, her advisor, screamed, not in fear, but in excitement. Your Highness, your bloodline is evolving. You're so angry it triggered a genetic breakthrough. Your ancestral dragon bloodline concentration has reached 0.04%. Ng Man blinked, and the transformation faded. Wait, I evolved? Meng Tian, don't stop. Keep being angry. Maybe you'll evolve more. Ng Man glared at her. Meng Tian, desperately. Your Highness, you don't understand how rare this is. Not even 100 epic chests could buy this. Ng Man rubbed her temples. If I stay in this town with Jiang Chen, I have a feeling these opportunities will come very frequently. Meng Tian, practically salivating. Wonderful. Stay forever. Then the golden text filled the sky. Troop Power Rankings 1. Lord Jiang Chen. Epic Chest X1. 300 Reputation. Ng Man nearly evolved again from pure fury. Jiang Chen. That liar. She called Shueixia. Did he or did he not say only 300 troops? Meng Tian tried to figure it out. Maybe all 300 are high-tier troops? But where would he get that many high-tier troop tokens in 3 days? Unless, Meng Tian paused. He created a new troop type. Ng Man shot that down. Nobody's created a new high-tier troop in over a century. Meng Tian shrugged. Just saying it's possible. Then Ng Man video called me. I answered politely. She did not. Jiang Chen, you liar. Lying to me is one thing, but Shueixia trusts you, and you lied to her too. I didn't. You said 300 troops. You're missing at least a 0. No, really. Does your conscience not hurt? If you just, your territory must be packed with militia right now. Want me to introduce you to an undead lord who can convert them all into skeleton soldiers? Click. She hung up. I stared at the dead call screen. She never even let me finish a sentence. Not one. I almost called back, but then thought, why bother? The global announcement is coming soon anyway. She'll see the truth herself. I grinned. She's actually pretty good at roasting people. I gathered the squad. Empress, 9 celestial maidens, 5 goddess warriors, and climbed onto Dragon 9's back. 16 people across 4 dragons, heading for Shueisha's mountain range. I slapped 9's back. Giddy up, I'm a dragon, not a horse. Sorry. You know the way. She spread her wings and rocketed into the clouds. Obviously, per tradition, I wrapped one arm around the Empress's waist. With the other hand, I pulled out my shiny new epic chest. Empress, time to work your magic. She saw the chest, and her eyes sparkled. I'll admit, I'm getting addicted to opening these. Especially epic ones. Please don't develop expensive habits I can't afford. She laughed and cracked it open. Great fortune. Epic chest opened. A-rank skill book. Great Sumeru sword technique. An A-rank skill. From a chest. The kind of technique that turns good fighters into absolute nightmares. And thanks to the Empress's teaching and enlightenment skill, every single one of my celestial sound troops is about to learn it automatically. Today is a very good day. Great fortune. An A-rank skill book. A-rank. The kind of thing that makes grown lords weep with envy. I couldn't help myself. I grabbed the Empress and kissed her right on the cheek. You are my lucky star. She didn't even flinch. We're past that apparently. For context, the Empress's strongest skill until now was C rank. The famous Mountain River Moon. Technique that top fighters brag about? Only B rank. This thing is A rank. It can't even be upgraded because it's already that good. Great Sumeru Sword Technique. The ultimate defensive sword style from the Sumeru Immortal Sect. Creates barriers from void energy. At max mastery, you can create an entire domain with one swing. I handed it to the Empress immediately. Learn this. Now, Empress has learned Great Sumeru Sword Technique. Beginner level, teaching and enlightenment activated. Technique added to Celestial Sound Pavilion. All disciples may learn it at 0 cost. One book. Instantly copied to hundreds of soldiers. Free of charge. Like spiritual piracy, but legal. Now, should I restrict this A-rank technique to only my best soldiers? Make them earn it? Use it as a motivational tool? That's what a proper lord would do. Nah, everyone gets it. My girls have been grinding monsters in 3 shifts around the clock. They deserve a bonus. Everybody learns it. In one instant, all 9 celestial maidens and every single celestial sound disciple mastered the technique. Hundreds of warriors, all equipped with an A-rank defensive sword style. Just like that, Zizai Tian, the young one who gives amazing massages, immediately drew her crimson holy word and whispered, Sumeru. Even at beginner level, visible ripples formed in the air around her like a force field. Giselle watched and said, even my thunder spear couldn't break through that in one hit. A-rank techniques are no joke. Then Dragon 9 complained, hey, could you not practice swordsmanship on my back? Show some respect. Zizai Tian snapped out of it and patted 9's scales apologetically. Sorry, you fly so smoothly I forgot we were airborne. 9 puffed up proudly. Humph. That's more like it. Also, I arrived before you, so call me Big Sister 9. An hour and a half later, we landed at the valley where I killed that epic tiger. The mountain range stretched out endlessly before us. The Empress looked at it and said, no wonder Shueisha is desperate to clear this place. It's probably 3/4 of her entire territory. If she can't develop it, she's stuck. I puffed out my chest heroically, and that is why I traveled 100 miles to help her clear these mountains. The Empress stared at me. We both knew I was here to steal the loot before Shueisha and Man got back from Blue Star. But I said it with such conviction that even I almost believed myself. Shall we start, my lord? One moment. I checked the lord list. Most portraits had gone gray, meaning they'd returned to Blue Star. Perfect timing. Time for the global announcement. I pressed yes. And then, across the entire 7th heaven, Zone 666, Blue Star domain, billions of new lords, every single one, saw this announcement. Lord Jiang Chen of Town 10086 has created an outstanding tier troop type, Celestial Sound Disciple, created. Not recruited. Not bought. Created. Something that hasn't happened in over a century, since Emperor Zhu Yuanzhang made the Imperial Guards. The rewards hit immediately. 10,000 reputation. 100 legend points. Your reputation has reached world famous. An elven outstanding tier hero has heard of your fame and is heading to your tavern. World famous reputation just attracted a hero to my doorstep. And that's just the beginning. The higher the fame, the better the perks. Now Shueisha and that little princess should know I wasn't lying. I said 300 troops. It was 300 troops. They're just 300 outstanding tier troops that I invented. Ding ding ding. Someone was still online? Yeah. Jiang Chen, please tell me I'm not hallucinating. Me. You're hallucinating. Yeah. H. A lord who created his own troop type is in MY town. And he's my big brother. I'm so happy. Adopt me. The word, adopt, perked my ears right up, but then I remembered she's basically a child. That would literally be a crime. Yeah? I'm a sky fox. I'm only 10, but that's 18 in human years. Me. Then on a random impulse I asked, you don't happen to have a sister named Tushan Susu, do you? Yeah? How did you know? That's my little sister. Me. Of course it is. My life is literally becoming a web novel. Yeah. Go check the regional chat. It's going crazy. Me. Let me guess. People saying nice things about me. Boring. Heard it all before. Yawn. Yeah. I shoot her off and turn to my assembled strike force. Empress, 9 celestial maidens, 5 goddess warriors, for dragons. All armed with A-rank techniques and outstanding weapons. Move out. Into the mountains. Yes, my lord. and off we went, happily marching toward violence and profit. Meanwhile, the entire world was losing its mind over my announcement. But that was their problem. I had monsters to murder and loot to collect. I pressed the button, the global announcement went out, and apparently, I broke the entire world. Let me paint the picture. Billions of lords across every country on Blue Star, Dragon Nation, Lighthouse Nation, North Bear Nation, Cherry Blossom Nation, South Stick Nation. All of them got my announcement slapped right in the center of their vision at the same time. The whole world basically froze for a second. Then everyone went nuts simultaneously. 3 days in, and he created a troop type. Not just any troop type. Outstanding tier. How many years has it been since someone did this? 80? 100? The Cherry Blossom guys were having a meltdown. Impossible. Dragon Nation is washed up in the 7th heaven. There's no way they produced someone like this. Then they threatened to start a race war to wipe us out. Cool. Very normal reaction to a job posting announcement. The South Stick Nation claimed I was secretly one of them. Of course they did. And on Blue Star itself? Every single city's realm altar started humming and glowing. City lords everywhere nearly had heart attacks rushing to check what happened. The smart ones immediately started scheming. If we can befriend this lord, in a few decades we'll have unlimited outstanding troops. One city literally said, Dragon Nation doesn't deserve this talent. Find out who he is. Offer him money, women, power, whatever he wants. I'm flattered, really. But you're about 50 years too late, and several million spirit stones too cheap. Now here's where it gets really funny. Back on Blue Star, in EC City, Chui Xiao was sitting in her mom's office telling her everything that happened over the past 3 days. Her mom, and Luoshi, is the city lord, a sky-rank powerhouse who can literally fly. Million-star combat power. The kind of woman who makes generals nervous. And she was grilling Chui Xiao about me. This commoner got first place 4 times, and his territory spawned a merchant caravan with an epic hero token. Chui Xiao was nodding like a bobblehead. Mom, can you buy the epic hero token for me? Please, please, please. And Luoshi was actually considering it. 10 million stones for an epic token is a good deal. But then she went full suspicious mom mode. How do you know he won't just keep the token for himself? He's a commoner about to unlock his second hero slot. You think he can resist an epic hero token dangling in front of his face? Chui Xiao. I've known him for years. He never lies. Never lies? Mom hit her with the kill shot. Didn't he just say he only made 300 troops? How did 300 troops win the entire ranking? That's at least outstanding tier. He lied to your face. Chui Xiao. Deflating. It was just a joke. It proves he's not reliable. I'm not spending 10 million on a maybe. Chui Xiao pulled out the puppy eyes. But Mom, I already promised him. How am I supposed to face him without the money? You care more about some boy than your mother's hard-earned stones. And right at that moment, perfect dramatic timing, the realm altar started buzzing, and Luoshi shot to her feet. A Blue Star domain announcement? What happened now? She flew, literally flew through the air, to the altar. Chui Xiao scrambled after her yelling, "Wait for me." By the time Chui Xiao arrived, a crowd had gathered. 2 city elders were already there with her mom, and in Luoshi's face was pure shock. A new lord named Jiang Chen has created an outstanding tier troop type. Elder Huang nearly choked. Created? Outstanding. Elderly got reverent. This Jiang Chen must be some ancient expert who restarted in a new zone. Maybe a 100-year-old veteran who wanted a fresh beginning. Elder Huang nodded sagely. I remember 10 years ago, a 130-year-old lord abandoned his century-old territory to start fresh. This must be similar. They were so convinced I was some mysterious grandmaster reincarnating for a second run. Meanwhile, I'm literally an 18-year-old orphan who got lucky with a gotcha pull. But sure, ancient expert, works. Then in Luoshi checked the announcement details, and her brain short-circuited. Town 10086. Wait, that's Chui Xiao's town. Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen, she spun around and saw her daughter standing right there with the biggest grin on the planet. Chui Xiao, your town is 10086, right? YP, how many people named Jiang Chen are there? For people with the surname Jiang. One named Jiang Chen. I am absolutely, definitely, 100% sure, and Luoshi's legs wobbled. But, that's impossible. Chui Xiao was bursting. I told you he doesn't lie. He really did only have 300 troops. They're all outstanding tier because he invented them. Elderly, trembling. Wait. Little Chui Xia knows this legendary expert personally. Knows him? Chui Xia puffed up like a proud peacock. Elderly, your legendary expert, is my classmate. Elderly. Elder Huang. And Luoshi. Three of the most powerful people in EC City, standing there with their mouths open, trying to process that the genius who just shook the entire world is a teenager who sits next to their daughter in class. Then Luoshi received a private city lord notification from the heavenly Tao, something only she could see, and her last shred of doubt evaporated. She whispered, "It's really him." And somewhere, far away in a mountain range, completely unaware that I'd just become the most talked about person on two worlds, I was happily riding a dragon toward my next fight, thinking about how much loot I was going to steal from Chuexia's backyard. Funny how that works. Her mom was just calling me untrustworthy, and here I am, proving I'm honest while simultaneously robbing her daughter's territory. In my defense, I'm robbing it with love. Meanwhile, back on Blue Star, my global announcement accidentally got Chuexia's mom promoted. Turns out, because her city's realm altar produced a newbie lord, me, who created an outstanding troop type, the heavenly Tao upgraded in Luoshi from a level 2 admin to level 3, which means she can now physically visit new lord territories in the battlefield. She looked at Chuexia and sighed. I can't believe my career advancement came from my daughter's classmate. She also agreed to buy the epic hero token. Funny how untrustworthy commoner became valued connection in about 90 seconds flat. But I didn't know any of that. I was busy having the time of my life. 2 kilometers into the mountain range, boom. Mountain Guardians. A full squad. Level 14, outstanding quality, 69-star combat power each. These were the same guys that nearly wiped out Chuexia's entire army. They spotted us immediately. Intruders. You have disturbed the peace of the dwarf kingdom. You will die. Then they activated Battle Stance, a berserker skill that transforms regular-sized dwarves into 3-meter-tall dwarf giants. Same stumpy proportions, just supersized. Imagine inflating a fire hydrant to the size of a refrigerator. Still short and wide, just bigger short and wide. Terrifying and hilarious simultaneously. Empress, I shouted. She licked her lips, ready for action. Yes? You protect me. Everyone else, kill. Empress, sorry babe. 14 fighters, 12 enemies. The math works out, and I need a bodyguard, not another sword. Giselle grabbed one for herself before anyone else could. Her thunder spear collided with a dwarf warhammer, and the impact literally compressed the air into a visible shockwave. The dwarf skidded back 15 steps, eyes bulging. Human, how can you be this strong? Giselle shook her head disappointedly. Too weak. The dwarf, a berserker giant, got roasted by a woman half his size. His pride couldn't take it. Brute strength means nothing. A warrior needs technique. Excuse me? A dwarf lecturing a human about technique? That's like a brick teaching ballet. Giselle connected her 2 short spears into a long spear and said, "A dwarf talking to me about technique? You're killing me." She tapped her spear against his hammer, just a light touch, and the dwarf completely lost his balance. Before he could recover, a flash of cold steel entered through his open mouth and exited through the back of his skull. 1 foot of spear tip sticking out the other side. Giselle killed Mountain Guardian, outstanding. Energy, 14,000, stones, 2,200, outstanding chest. 1. First kill of the expedition, outstanding chest. Beautiful. Everyone else finished their fights almost as fast. The Celestial Maidens fought with elegant, flowing movements, like deadly ballet compared to the Goddess Warrior's pure violence. But the kill speed was identical. 30 seconds. The entire squad that nearly destroyed Chuexia, gone in 30 seconds. 168,000 energy from 1 encounter. Half a day's worth of territory income earned in half a minute. I could get used to this. Keep moving. Deeper. We pushed further in, clearing everything in our path. The terrain opened up, the monster variety increased. Half an hour later we ran into outstanding tier-heavy mountain goat cavalry. Armored dwarves riding armored goats. Still died in seconds. My theory was confirmed. There's definitely a troop building hidden in here. And a good one. Another 30 minutes of hiking and fighting, and then I saw it. Built right into the mountainside. A massive dwarf city carved from living rock. I sucked in a breath so hard I almost inhaled a bug. A dwarf royal palace, not just any troop building. An epic tier troop building. Shueixia has an epic military structure just sitting in her backyard, and she didn't even know because she couldn't get past the front door. Then war horns blasted through the valley. BWLM, the palace gates opened and out poured an entire army. Common tier dwarf miners. Elite tier dwarf musketeers and longbeard warriors. Outstanding tier heavy goat cavalry. Row after row after row. And finally, emerging from the palace gates surrounded by a personal guard of mountain guardians, one massive figure stepped into the light. I took one look and felt my pulse spike. A legendary hero. The Mountain King. This was going to be fun. 1,000 meters from a dwarf royal palace, staring down the Mountain King himself. Mountain King Arthas Stormwind. Level 18. Legendary quality. 420 stars of combat power. 3 meters tall, 3 meters wide, and not an ounce of fat. Pure bronze muscle that looked like someone inflated a bodybuilder and then squished him down to dwarf proportions. Wearing royal bronze armor, carrying a war hammer that probably weighed more than my entire body. His stats were terrifying. A rank command over miners and musketeers, B rank over everything else. That means every dwarf near him gets a 30 to 40% stat boost. His outstanding troops were basically fighting 2 tiers above their weight class. I ran through everything I knew about his kind. Thank you. Years of studying, Storm Clan, one of the top 10 dwarf bloodlines. Probably has the A-rank skill, Divine Descent, which is the upgraded version of Battle Stance. Definitely knows Storm Hammer, a C-rank combat technique. This is tricky. First time since arriving that I've looked at a monster and thought, maybe not. The Empress was practically vibrating. Let me fight him, my lord. The goddess warriors were gripping their spears so hard their knuckles were white. Wait. See the Mountain King alone? Manageable. But he had dozens of outstanding troops, hundreds of elite troops, and nearly 1,000 low-tier soldiers behind him. If we charge in, we'd win eventually, but someone's getting hurt. And more importantly, the Empress is the only one who can fight the Mountain King head-on. If she's busy with him, who protects me? Then the Mountain King did something unexpected. He stepped forward, looked at my dragons circling overhead, glanced at the Empress, and I saw actual caution in his eyes. Young human lord, our races have always been friendly. Why attack my territory? Leave now, and I'll forgive your trespassing. This dwarf, whose entire army just got carved up on the way here, was offering me a peace deal. Where's that famous dwarf temper everyone talks about? I was about to respond diplomatically when, ding ding ding, Shueixia called. Video request. Terrible timing, girl. I declined and texted back. Busy right now. She immediately started gushing. You created an outstanding troop type. Everyone thinks you're some ancient master reincarnating. You're so amazing. Then the important part. I got the 10 million spirit stones. Don't forget to buy me that epic hero token. I started typing, sure, I'll do it later, and then froze. I checked my territory panel. Crystal, 1,068 units. My crystal mine had been running all day. I finally had enough to upgrade to level 3. And level 3 unlocks the second hero slot. And 10 million stones is exactly what I need to upgrade a hero token to legendary. My fingers moved at light speed. Me. Actually, I'm not busy anymore. Send the stones, I'll buy it right now. Shueixia. Why are you suddenly free the moment money is involved? She sent a suspicious emoji, then added, my mom was right. Your secret to creating troops is just spending money, isn't it? Despite the roasting, she transferred the 10 million. Beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful 10 million spirit stones. I waited exactly 10 seconds, had to make it look like I was buying from the merchant, then traded her MY Epic Hero token, the one I'd been trying to sell this whole time. Me done. Good luck with recruitment, Shueixia. Thank you so much. Here's 3 million as your service fee. Please take it. 3 million bonus tip? That's definitely not Shueisha's idea. That's her mom greasing the relationship after finding out I'm the legendary genius who created a new troop type. Yesterday I was untrustworthy. Today I'm getting tipped 30%. Me. Well, if you insist, Shueixia. Once I get my epic hero, I'm going to destroy those stupid dwarves in the mountain. Me. About that. There might not be any dwarves left by the time you get here, sweetie. Meanwhile, in Shueisha's territory, her mom watched the whole transaction and actually admitted she was wrong about me. He didn't hesitate for even a second. To resist an epic hero token as a commoner requires extraordinary willpower. Truly worthy of someone who created an outstanding troop type. Lady, I didn't resist temptation. I just had a better plan for the money. But sure, let's go with extraordinary willpower. Then Shueisha used her new epic token and outwalked. A dwarf. A dwarf king, to be specific. Grinny Stormwind. Bald head, goofy smile, first words out of his mouth. Your territory looks kinda shabby, but got any beer? Shueisha, who had just declared war on all dwarves, screamed. Kill me now. The irony was so thick you could cut it with a warhammer. Back to me. The second Shueisha's stones hit my account, I moved at maximum speed. Upgrade territory. Level 3. Instant complete. Didn't even check the cost. Just slammed that button. 30,000 square meters of territory. Teleport gate unlocked. Stables unlocked. Second hero slot open. I pulled out a blank hero token, a trash tier 1 I'd looted from some random monster, and pumped all 10 million stones into it. Upgrade path 6. Legendary hero token. Right there, in front of both armies, mine and the Mountain King's. A pillar of golden light erupted into the sky, so bright it probably confused birds 3 kingdoms over. When the light faded, a golden legendary token sat in my palm, warm and humming with power. The Mountain King and his entire army just watched a human lord casually create a legendary artifact on their doorstep. The power move was completely unintentional, but I'm going to pretend it was on purpose. I held up the token and said one word, recruit. The golden light faded, and out stepped my second legendary hero. Silver armor, golden crown, 2 massive white wings folded at her sides. Tall, curves in all the right places, and a face so perfect my brain short-circuited and I whispered, north of the Milky Way. This confirmed what I'd been suspecting. I'm not just summoning random heroes. I'm pulling them from across dimensions. Actual characters from actual worlds. And this one is Angel Yen. She stood there having a quiet existential moment, muttering to herself about the myriad races' battlefield being the unknown universe her people had been searching for, and how leaving her world let some girl named Amy Heidi become the new Angel King to carry on Queen Kaisa's justice, and how this is her destiny now. Very dramatic. Very noble. I was just praying she wouldn't throw a tantrum like the Empress did on day 1. Then she raised her sword, gave me a small bow, and said in this deep, magnetic voice, My lord, Angel Yen is willing to serve you. Thank God. A professional. I immediately checked her stats and nearly bit my tongue off. Level 1. Combat power, 128 stars. For reference, that's higher than the Empress was at level 1. Her cultivation technique, Divine Body, is A rank and gives her 100 to all stats at just beginner level. She came preloaded with 4 A rank skills plus a C rank Angel combat technique at mastery level. Heavenly Blade Strike, Thunder Force, Wormhole Defense Barrier, Divine Knowledge Archive, all A rank. All either mastered or near mastered. This woman is basically a one-person army. A. Martial hero, meaning she's built for personal combat rather than troop command. Her B rank command isn't as fancy as the Empress's A rank, but she could solo an entire dragon squad without breaking a sweat. I pointed at the Mountain King a kilometer away. See that big angry dwarf? He's your dance partner. Yin looked at him, then shook her head calmly. My lord, the battlefield has weakened me. At my current level, I cannot defeat him. But if you insist, I will die with honor. Nobody's dying today. Hold on. I raised my hand and golden light rained down like I was handing out promotions at a corporate retreat. Level up, 374,000 energy. Angel Yin rocketed from level 1 to level 10. Then I dumped another 376,200 energy into the 9 celestial maidens, boosting them all to level 7. My entire afternoon's earnings? Evaporated in seconds. Easy come, easy go. Story of my life. At level 10, Yan's combat power hit 380 stars. Her body stat alone reached 530 points. 530. That's not a warrior. That's a natural disaster wearing armor. How about now? She paused, sensing the Mountain King's power. Then nodded. I can fight. Music to my ears. Then, because this day apparently wasn't broken enough, she unlocked another A-rank skill. Dark Plane Brand imprints a soldier's current life state into Yan's shadow dimension. When that soldier takes lethal damage, Yan spends 100 spirit points to instantly restore them to their branded state. Currently, 10 units max, 1 resurrection per day. Ha ha ha, that's a resurrection spell. I've been playing this game terrified of losing my precious troops, and now I have a literal undo button for death? 1 free revival per day? Yan, brand all 9 celestial maidens. Now, the maidens are legendary tier, sure, but they're squishier than the goddess warriors. 9 dark energy waves washed over them. Insurance policy activated. Then I went full commander mode, laying out battle tactics like a general who's watched too many war movies. Celestial maidens deploy great Sumeru sword barriers in a continuous wall to block the dwarf musketeers' headshot volleys. Goddess warriors, you handle. Dragon 9, you lead. Begin the attack. The Empress stood there waiting for her assignment. And me? Bodyguard duty again. I put on my most serious face. Your task is the most important one, she sighed. Fine. Look, we're not in the safety of my territory anymore. Out here, if I die, game over. Someone has to babysit the squishy lord, and unfortunately that someone is my strongest hero. Life is cruel. Angel Yin drew her thunder sword and charged straight at an army that outnumbered us 50 to 1. Behind her, my goddess warriors, celestial maidens, and 4 dragons followed like the most overpowered strike team in history. I watched from Dragonback, grinning like a maniac. 1 legendary mountain king at level 18? That's 1,000,000 energy points waiting to drop. Plus whatever loot he's carrying. Plus that entire dwarf royal palace sitting right behind him. This isn't a battle. This is a withdrawal from the world's angriest ATM. The battle began, and it was glorious. My 9 celestial maidens simultaneously drew their swords and whispered, Sumeru. A massive void barrier materialized in front of our entire formation like an invisible force field. Just in time, because 100 dwarf musketeers opened fire simultaneously. Bang bang bang, the barrier lit up with bowl-sized impact craters. The Empress whistled. Those musketeers hit hard for elite-tier troops. They dump all their stats into spirit power and soul, I explained, because apparently I'm a walking encyclopedia now. Each shot hits with 50-star force. With their headshot skill, that's 2.2x damage. 100 of them focusing fire could kill a dragon. The Empress was genuinely impressed. My lord knows so much. I just studied hard. But their weakness is reload time. Right on cue, Dragon 9 spotted the opening. All 4 dragons dive-bombed the musketeers while they were stuffing magic bullets into their guns. The dragons are coming. Focus fire on 1. My gun isn't reloaded yet. Grenadiers, help us. AAGHHH. Too late. For dragons, necks arched back, and then, whoosh, a wall of black flames swallowed the entire musketeer squadron. Over 100 musketeers. Gone. In one breath. Glass cannon troops meet actual dragons. Turns out Glass loses. The Mountain King went absolutely berserk. Cursed dragons. Stay and fight. He hurled a storm hammer, a massive blue energy projection the size of a car, screaming across 100 meters straight at Dragon 9. Even though it's only a C-rank skill, from an 18-level legendary hero, it could one-shot my dragon. My heart stopped. Then a silver flash materialized between the hammer and 9. Clang. Angel Yin blocked it with her thunder sword. The storm energy hammer shattered into wind that blasted in every direction. Yin stepped out of the explosion without a scratch. Mountain King, your opponent is me, Dragon 9, doing her best impression of someone who definitely wasn't terrified. Hey new girl, I wasn't scared or anything, but thanks. Then she ran away at maximum speed. Very brave. Very dragon. The Mountain King didn't waste time talking. He launched himself skyward. The takeoff literally caused an earthquake and activated Divine Descent, the A-rank version of Battle Stance. His body swelled to 8 meters tall, a dwarf the height of a 3-story building. Then he dive-bombed Yin like a meteor made of muscle and rage. Yin met him in midair, channeling so much thunder energy that even my goddess warriors, who are literally thunder-powered, did a double take. Biodlim, 2 legendary heroes. 2 A-rank skills. The collision created an energy tsunami that ripped through everything within 100 meters. It was like watching two natural disasters fight each other. The Empress sighed watching them. If my Sumeru technique were higher, I could maybe outlast him. But right now, I can't beat him. I patted her shoulder. As a bodyguard, you're more than strong enough. She almost punched me. Meanwhile, with the musketeers deleted, everything else was close combat. My girls went nuclear. The goddess warriors opened with thunder spear throws. 5 outstanding tier goat cavalry instantly vaporized, then activated thunder war body and waded into the enemy like golden blenders. The celestial maidens were casting skills like they were going out of style. Holy word, blood arc. Celestials sound 9 kills. The 4 dragons landed in the middle of the dwarf army and went full berserker mode, biting, clawing, tail swiping. The kill notifications were rolling in so fast they sounded like a slot machine hitting jackpot. 15 minutes. The entire dwarf army, hundreds of soldiers, wiped out. My only casualties? For dragons got minor scratches from being too fat to dodge properly. Yan's resurrection skill wasn't even needed. Only the 2 legendary heroes were still fighting overhead. I was about to order everyone to dogpile the Mountain King, but Yan stopped me. My lord, as a warrior, may I finish this alone? My copy of The Lord's Guide to Managing Heroes. Plus, she's from a fighting anime dimension. These people live for honorable one-on-one duels. Denying her would tank her morale. So I channeled my inner shounen protagonist. Go. Enjoy your battle. Yan, the Empress got goosebumps. That was so cringy, but it worked. 5 affection. Worth every cringe point. The Mountain King knew he'd lost. His army was gone, but he refused to run. Storm dwarves never surrender. Respect, honestly. Wrong side of history, but respect. A few more minutes of aerial combat, and his divine descent timer ran out. The 8-meter giant shrank back to normal size, exhausted, drained of spirit energy. I lost. In a one-on-one duel, Yin was gasping too. She admitted, my wormhole defense was about to collapse. A few more minutes, and you would have won. You are a worthy opponent. Therefore, her eyes turned pure white. She raised her thunder sword, slowly, as if it weighed 10,000 pounds. Above the Mountain King, a matching energy sword materialized in the sky. Meters wide, dozens of meters long, a blade made of pure concentrated power. I give you a warrior's death, A-rank skill, heavenly blade strike. She swung. The sky sword swung. The Mountain King was cleaved perfectly in half from crown to crotch. Angel Yin killed Mountain King, legendary hero. Energy, 3,600,000. Stones, 500,000. Legendary hero token X1. Advanced bodybook X1. 3.6 million energy. 500,000 stones. A legendary hero token. And a body stat book that gives 100 body points. I almost fell off my dragon. Another legendary hero token? The Storm Clan's motto is Storm Brand, Storm Quality. And they were not joking. The timing is perfect too. The town mayor battle is coming up soon, and winning gives 1 hero slot. Combined with this token, that's a 3rd legendary hero in my future. I used the body book on myself immediately. 100 body points. Just casually becoming superhuman over here. Yin landed in front of me, breathing hard but standing tall. My lord. Mission complete. Beautiful work. I meant it. Then I looked at the empty dwarf royal palace carved into the mountainside. An epic tier military building, sitting there unguarded, waiting to be claimed. The heavenly Tao prompt appeared. Wild building discovered. Dwarf royal palace. Ignore/destroy/occupy. I smiled. Occupy, a flash of light, and I was the proud new owner of a dwarf royal palace. Let me just read the stats here, and oh, this thing produces a Mountain King every 30 days. A legendary troop unit. Every month. Just. One pops out like a monthly subscription box, except instead of snacks, it's a 3-meter wall of muscle carrying a warhammer. In 10 years, that's 120 Mountain Kings. For an old lord with a century under their belt, that's basically free legendary soldiers on autopilot. If anyone finds out about this building, every major power on the continent would start a war over it. So naturally, I'm telling nobody. It also produces Storm Guardians, Epic, Goat Cavalry, Outstanding, Mountain Guardians, Outstanding, and Musketeers, Elite. Basically the full dwarf military catalog. And there was stock already sitting in inventory. A Mountain King, 2 storm guardians, 20 musketeers, just waiting to be claimed like items in a vending machine. I'll take everything. The Mountain King cost me 5,000 food and 10,000 energy. The Storm Guardians? Honestly, I recruited them, but I wasn't impressed. My Celestial Sound disciples can promote to epic tier true disciples through the Trial Tower, and with the Empress's buffs and A-rank techniques, they'd stomp Storm Guardians easily. But hey, the Guardians are big and wide. Good for blocking hits. Living shields. The outstanding and rare dwarves below that. Not even worth my time. Pass. But the musketeers, 20 of them, those were what I actually came for. See, dwarf musketeers are a publicly recognized best value unit. Extreme stat distribution, all offense, 0 defense. Just like my goddess warriors, but with guns. And their evolution chain? Absolutely hilarious. I pulled out troop soul stones and started upgrading. Musketeer rare soul stone dwarf sniper outstanding soul stone dwarf rocketeer, also known in the Lord forums as dwarf RPG. And before you ask, yes, like the weapon, not the video game genre. These guys aren't even a natural dwarf species. Some mad scientist lord invented them thousands of years ago by forcing evolution with soul stones, and the dwarf clans officially refuse to acknowledge their existence. They're the bastard children of dwarven military engineering, and nobody wants to claim them. I love them already. Stats at level 1. Body 2, Spirit Power 10, Soul 7, Carry Capacity 2. Combat Power, 5 stars. Body of 2. These guys could get knocked over by a strong breeze. But their skills? Rocket Blast. Psychic Guidance. Overload. I burned through 220,000 Spirit Stones and 40 Soul Stones to evolve all 20 Musketeers into RPGs. Then, feeling rich from my 3.6 million energy windfall, I casually waved my hand. Level up. Everyone. Level 10. Mountain King, Storm Guardians, all 20 RPGs, 768,000 energy spent without blinking. Then I wanted to see what these little guys could actually do. All RPGs. Fire at the ground 300 meters ahead. Full volley. They started channeling spirit energy into their launchers. It took 30 whole seconds. Yeah, the reload time is awful, but when the rockets formed, each one was 1.2 meters long, made of condensed spirit energy with glowing runes etched across the surface. Beautiful. Terrifying. Whoosh, 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 20 rockets screamed out trailing spirit fire contrails. Mid-flight, I shouted, change target. Hill to the left, 300 meters, testing the psychic guidance system. Could they redirect mid-flight? All 20 rockets carved a perfect 90-degree turn in the sky, like homing missiles, like they had GPS built in. They slammed into a hill, burrowing deep into the rock before detonating. Boom, 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 boom. The explosion sent debris 100 meters into the air. When the dust settled, the hill was just gone. A several-story-tall hill, completely erased from existence. Everyone stared. Nobody spoke. Dragon 9 tried to hide her entire car-sized body behind me. Master, you call that an outstanding tier unit? If a few of those hit me, I'm done. The Empress, that firepower might actually exceed the Goddess Warrior's Thunder Spear. And the range is hundreds of meters. Angel Yin, eyes wide. It combines armor piercing and area damage. Then she asked the critical question, how many rockets can they fire? I smiled. 2. Or 1 supercharged overload shot. Then they're completely out of spirit energy. Defenseless. A level 1 goblin could beat them up. That's the beauty of extreme build troops. They sacrifice everything. Health, mobility, basic attacks, for 2 shots that hit way above their weight class. 2 rockets that can reshape geography, and then they're potted plants with hats. Perfect for siege warfare and base defense, Yin concluded. Exactly. Just don't ask them to grind monsters. Unless you want to see a 1,000,000 rocket obliterate a single goblin. Everyone simultaneously imagined that scene and shuddered. Night was falling, and we were done here. Time to head home with our ridiculous haul. A dwarf royal palace, a mountain king, 2 storm guardians, 20 RPG dwarves, 3.6 million energy, 500,000 stones, a legendary hero token, and a 100 body stat book. Giselle, take the goddess warriors and all the new dwarf recruits back to base by land. Everyone else, Dragon Express. Yes, my lord. Then I turned to a select few. Empress, Fanine Tian, Zizai Tian, Dragon 9. You four. With me? The Empress raised an eyebrow. Where are we going? I grinned. To make a big sale. I hopped on Dragon 9 and flew straight to Chuexia's territory. For business purposes. Totally legitimate visit. What I did not expect was her entire base going into full panic mode the second we appeared on the horizon. Alarm. Giant flying creature approaching. It's a dragon. Level 10. Legendary. Chuexia's voice hit a pitch only dolphins could hear. First an epic tiger, now a legendary dragon? Why does this keep happening to me? Her brand new dwarf hero, who'd been alive for approximately 6 hours, put down his beer barrel and picked up his hammer with the enthusiasm of a man heading to his own funeral. Unlucky? I just got here. Then I yelled down from the sky. Hey Chuexia? Long time no see. Just dropping by. Jiang Chen? You're a dragon rider now. The look on her face was worth the entire trip. But the real surprise was standing next to her. I squinted and nearly fell off my dragon. Is that the city lord and Luashi? In the flesh. Standing in her daughter's starter territory. This woman has a 1,000,000-star combat power. She could sneeze and flatten a county. I checked her stats and relaxed instantly. Level 0. All stats at 1. Status. Invincible. She's basically a spectator with God mode on. Can't do anything. Can't be hurt. A walking security camera. She explained it was a city lord admin privilege. Pure observation, no combat. Thank God. If top-tier lords could just waltz into newbie zones, I'd quit. And Luashi was staring at Dragon 9 like she'd seen a ghost. A legendary troop. She's been a warlord for over 20 years and owns less than 100 legendary units total. And here's some teenager riding one like a taxi. I could practically see her brain constructing an explanation. Of course. He just got 10,000 reputation and became world famous. A dragon must have been attracted by his renown. Beautiful theory. Completely wrong. But I nodded along like she'd cracked the code. City Lord, your insight is truly remarkable. Then she looked at the dwarf hero and said she wanted to talk to me. Privately. Perfect. I came here to sell stuff, and the boss lady just volunteered for a one-on-one meeting. Even better than dealing with Chuexia. I glanced at the dwarf king on my way out. So this is Chuexia's new hero? What a handsome young man. The dwarf, who looked like a bald boulder with a beard, said nothing. Once we were alone, and Luashi opened with, what I'm about to tell you is my biggest secret and Chuexia's biggest secret. Please keep it confidential. I immediately tried to leave. If it's a secret, I'd rather not. She ignored me completely and dropped the bomb. Do you know who Chuexia's father is? Okay, what? We're doing this. We literally just met, and she's opening with ex-husband drama? Is she hitting on me? Should I be flattered or terrified? And Luashi, oblivious to my internal chaos, continued, the truth is, I don't know either. Excuse me? I scrambled for something supportive to say. Well, you know, young people make mistakes, even God forgives. What are you thinking? She looked like she wanted to throw me off a cliff. Fair enough. Let me shut up and listen. She took a deep breath and asked, do you know why the gods of the first heaven, immortal, undying, still can't abandon Blue Star? 2 reasons, I answered. Reproduction and legacy. Lords can't have children in the battlefield. Exactly. And the stronger the lord, the less often they can visit Blue Star. The first emperor? He returns once every 100 years. His last visit was 19 years ago. My brain sparked. 19 years ago. Ing Man is 18. That means respect to the emperor. Several thousand years old and still in the game. I kept my face neutral though. Very professional. But what does this have to do with Chuexia's father? I asked. And Luashi's expression became distant. As far as I know, Chuexia is the only human ever born inside the myriad races battlefield. Then she added, almost as an afterthought, through asexual reproduction. So, Chuexia has no dad. At all. Years ago, during a certain early summer, her eyes went misty. I obtained a mythical item called the Mother-Child Source Liquid. Its description only said, drink it for a pleasant surprise. I was excited. Didn't think twice. Chugged it. Turns out, pleasant surprise was a very specific kind of surprise. Pleasant surprise, in Chinese literally sounds like having a joyful event, which is also how you say being pregnant. This woman got tricked by a pun. A mythical tear pun. She got baby-trapped by wordplay. I had to bite my tongue so hard it almost bled. This world doesn't have Journey to the West, so nobody here would catch the reference to the pregnancy river episode. But I caught it, and it's killing me. But why are you telling me all this? And Luoshi finally explained why she was telling me her deepest family secrets. In 3 days, Shueixia has encountered 51 rare monsters, 14 outstanding monsters, and 2 epic monsters, not counting that squad of mountain guardians. So my theory was right. Shueixia has a special constitution that attracts powerful creatures like a magnet. And in Luoshi doesn't even know about the legendary Mountain King I just killed 10 kilometers from her daughter's base. If she knew that, she'd probably bubble-wrap the girl. And Luoshi stood up and gave me a formal lord's bow. Once you build a teleport gate at level 3, if Shueixia is ever in danger, please help her. In return, I'll handle those lord families you made enemies with. And you can come to Blue Star anytime. I'll guarantee your safety. The lord families? I couldn't care less about them. But free boss monsters being delivered to Shueisha's doorstep that I can swoop in and kill? Sign me up. I played it cool though. Why do you trust me? She listed her reasons. First, she pulled my file. Apparently my old business plans for Alipay and Pinduoduo were on record. She called them laughable, but said they showed creative thinking. Rude but fair. Second, creative thinking equals why I could create troops. Third, the hero token deal proved I keep my word. And fourth, Dragon 9 sealed the deal. Every single reason was completely wrong about the actual truth. But her logic was so clean I almost believed it myself. I accept, City Lord. Then I got down to the real reason I came. Business. I actually came to make a deal. And since you're here, even better, a deal? Her eyes went wide. Can you already reverse engineer troop tokens from your created species? No. Absolutely not. I have zero idea how to do that. My troops exist because the Empress brought a whole building from another dimension. But let's not mention that. I flicked open a screenshot of the Dwarf Royal Palace's stat panel, and Luoshi's composure cracked. A Dwarf Royal Palace? One that produces mountain kings. Her brain worked fast. This palace. It's in the mountains east of Shueisha's territory, isn't it? Correct. Her eyes narrowed. So you're selling my daughter's own territory's building. Back to my daughter. I didn't flinch. It's registered under MY name. And let's be real. Could Shueisha have taken it herself? That Mountain King had 420 combat stars. And if you brought in E-Man to help, would the Qin Imperial family really let Shueisha keep any of it? She glanced at Dragon 9's battle scars, scratches from the fight, and I could see her calculating. He threw 300 outstanding troops and legendary dragons at this place and still took damage. It really was that hard. Her respect went up. Her resistance went down. Your terms? 20 million spirit stones. Shueisha gets recruitment rights for everything except Mountain Kings. If she wants those too, 5 million each, separate transaction. I was selling recruitment rights to troops I didn't even want. Storm Guardians? Inferior to my future true disciples. Goat Cavalry? Below my standards. I was literally selling her my leftovers for 20 million. Maximum value extraction from minimum investment. But in Luoshi actually thought the price was reasonable. Because from her perspective, an epic military building that produces legendary troops is worth way more than 20 million. I gave her a gracious bow. The palace is in Shueisha's territory, after all. Consider it a neighbor's discount. Face saved. Deal made. Everyone happy. She could only pay 10 million now, with the rest due when the Blue Star portal opens again. Plus, after-sales service. Help defend the palace when other powers inevitably come sniffing around. Gladly, I said, not mentioning that defending the palace means farming lord killers for energy. They're coming to me. It's a buffet. Shueisha tried to keep me for dinner, pulling out the fanciest food she had. I looked at the table and laughed. It was the spirit snake soup I sold on the trading post yesterday. She was serving me my own cooking. I dropped a table full of epic and outstanding tier dishes from the Drunken Immortal Pavilion as a parting gift, hopped on Dragon 9, and took off before they could pick their jaws up off the floor. Shueisha shook her fist at the sky. Jiang Chen, I have an epic hero now. I won't lose to you in the mayor battle. Without turning around, I just waved. Keep dreaming. Back home, I found Angel Yin walking out of the Drunken Immortal Pavilion rubbing her stomach with a guilty expression. The warrior angel from a civilization of stoic fighters had just discovered good food for the first time. How's the cafeteria? I grinned. She straightened up immediately. I acknowledge you understand quality of life. But gluttony leads to corruption, says the woman who just ate her body weight in spiritual cuisine. Her dignity was adorable. I laughed and headed upstairs for my own dinner. Yin stood there confused. Why is he laughing? Did I break character? Yes. Yes, you did. In the VIP room, before eating, I posted on the regional chat, looking to buy level 10 Ranger-type equipment sets. High prices offered. The chat exploded. The god has spoken. Everyone come see the legend. Jiang Chen, let me sleep with you for one night, and I'll pay you 10,000 stones. Some girl who clearly has her priorities backwards. Some doubter was still arguing the global announcement was fake. After an entire afternoon of everyone confirming it, some people are beyond help. Wei Ming rallied the troops. Anyone got what my boss needs? Cough it up, Huang Xian. Wei Ming, that bootlicker energy is embarrassing. He's right though. Give the man what he wants. Private messages flooded in. I bought everything. Multiple equipment sets. Then I pulled out a basic pair of boots and opened the upgrade list. I smiled. Just as I thought, upgraded sets stay as sets. I spent 10 minutes comparing options. This was a multi-million stone decision. No rushing. Finally found the perfect match for my celestial sound disciples. Flowing Cloud Immortal set. For pieces. Armor, helmet, boots, weapon. 3 million for the armor. 2 million for the boots. More millions for the rest. Each piece erupted in golden legendary light upon creation. For pillars of gold shooting into the sky, scaring everyone in the territory half to death. When the light faded, for legendary equipment pieces floated 3 feet off the ground, humming with power. Total cost for the Flowing Cloud set, basically all my money. Again, but looking at those stats, I couldn't stop grinning. With this legendary set, my celestial sound disciples can finally attempt the trial tower. And when they pass, they become true disciples. Epic tier troops. Mass-produced epic troops. The game just changed. Let me tell you about the Flowing Cloud set. For pieces of legendary equipment that turn my jaw into a permanent floor decoration. The armor alone gives 45 body. The sword gives 35 body. Boots and helmet pile on more. The set bonus? 40 to all stats except carry capacity, plus a passive called Body Like Flowing Clouds. That boosts speed by 50%. Total body stat from the set, 165 points. And every piece comes with a skill equivalent to a mastered A-rank technique. Attack, defense, speed, resistance, no weaknesses anywhere. It's the perfect set. The Empress was practically bouncing. My lord, with armor this powerful, you won't need me as a bodyguard anymore. It's not for me. Her face fell, then lit up again. For me? Also no, then who? I smiled mysteriously. For the celestial sound disciples. Her eyes went wide as understanding dawned. You're going to. Whoosh angel, Yen came crashing through the window like a holy missile, sword drawn. My lord. I sensed a massive energy spike. Are we under attack? Then she saw the floating legendary equipment and froze. Those are incredible. And the 4 pieces resonate with each other somehow. Everyone done eating? Good. Follow me to the Celestial Sound Pavilion. I grabbed a disciple who'd been training hard. A petite girl with a pretty face named Li Yen. I dumped 35,000 energy into her, rocketing her straight to level 10. Then I placed the entire Flowing Cloud set in front of her. Put it on. Enter the trial tower. Li Yen stared at the golden equipment like I'd just handed her the keys to heaven. These are legendary. The Empress couldn't hold back anymore. My lord, the trial tower exists to temper their willpower and skills. Isn't this cheating? What's the purpose of tempering willpower? To become stronger. And what am I doing right now? She opened her mouth. Closed it. If you're born in Rome, I said, why would you walk 1,000 miles to get to Rome? For fun. The Empress had no comeback. She's technically right that hardship builds character. But this isn't a self-improvement seminar. This is war. I need epic tier soldiers, and I need them yesterday. Li Yen put on the set. Under the Empress's command aura, her stats looked like this. Body, 288. Spirit, 182. Soul, 128. Carry capacity, 3, 288 body. At level 10. As an outstanding tier, soldier. My level 10 legendary dragons have less body than this girl in borrowed clothes. She could probably solo Dragon 9, and 9 weighs several tons. Go in there. I told her, and become the first true disciple. Thank you, my lord. She charged into the trial tower. The first floor lit up. I started a timer. The Empress said, the tower has 9 floors. It could take hours. Go rest, I'll watch. Hours? I laughed. That would be an insult to legendary equipment. 13 seconds later, the second floor lit up. The Empress. While waiting, I posted today's batch of spirit snake soup on the trading post. 1,000 portions, same price. Sales were slower than yesterday. The rich kids were running out of money. Expected. The well of wealthy second-generation lords isn't bottomless. 30 minutes later, Li Yin has passed the trial. Promoted to true disciple, epic. A beam of light shot down from the tower's peak, wrapping Li Yin in golden radiance. She burst out grinning ear to ear. My lord, I did it. I'm a true disciple. How was it? Hard, she thought for a second. Like snapping twigs. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I checked her panel, confirmed that true disciples fall under the Empress's command aura, then turned to the crowd of disciples who'd been watching with sparkly eyes. Who's next? Me. Every hand in the courtyard shot up. Loyalty scores across the board jumped past 90. Nothing motivates soldiers like watching their colleague get handed god-tier equipment and speedrun a promotion. Fan Intian stepped in to manage the line, one at a time. Single file. 1 meter apart. The Empress sighed, watching the assembly line of instant promotions. I was wrong. Angel Yin smiled. In the Metatron heaven, 90% of an angel's power comes from the Divine Lord's shadow dimension. So I completely agree with the Lord's approach. Same energy, Yin. Same energy. I set up the system. Pre-level everyone to 10. Set the trial tower to auto-open. Assign the celestial maidens to run shifts, supervising promotions. An epic troop factory running through the night. Then I headed to bed. My level 3 Lord's mansion had doubled in size. A gorgeous master bedroom plus 2 guest rooms. The Empress turned to Yin. You arrived at the perfect time, little sister. You don't know how many nights I've slept on the floor. Angel Yin paused. I'm 7,000 years old. The Empress. Meanwhile, on Blue Star, in Dragon City's Xianyang Palace, Ng Man was just waking up from a rage nap. Getting so angry your bloodline evolves apparently takes a lot out of you. She'd passed out the moment she got home and scared the entire palace staff half to death. A court lady appeared silently. Your Highness, the troop tokens and hero tokens you requested are ready. Perhaps dinner before returning to the battlefield? Ng Man rubbed her empty stomach. Yeah, I'm actually starving. Over a lavish midnight snack, she asked casually. By June, anything big happen in the battlefield while I was asleep? Oh, honey, you have no idea. While I was sleeping, Ng Man was having a meltdown on Blue Star. Her court lady casually mentioned. Oh, someone created an outstanding tier troop type. Global announcement. Some teenager named Jiang Chen from EC City. Ng Man's dragon stake slipped out of her hand and hit the plate. Say that name again. Jiang Chen. Which town? 10086. Plop. The stake bounced off the table. She sat there, replaying every word she screamed at me before leaving. Every insult. Every accusation of lying. The 300 troops, things she roasted me for? All true. Every single word. So, he really only had 300 troops. They were just all outstanding tier. Because he invented them, her face turned tomato red. The worst part is, he didn't even yell back. He just took it, like a gentleman. That's even more embarrassing. Her staff was theorizing I might be some reincarnated immortal. She shut that down instantly. A guy whose eyes turn into dollar signs over 2 million stones is not an immortal. He's a greedy peasant with absurd luck. Fair assessment, honestly. She rushed back to the battlefield, called Shueixia, and started making plans to raid the mountain range together. She even brought 6 epic troop tokens from home, including 3 sets of Iron Eagle warriors, Qin Dynasty super soldiers. Shueixia, about that mountain. Jiang Chen already cleared it. What? Also, there was a dwarf royal palace in there. What? He sort of sold me the recruitment rights. He beat me to it again. Shueixia, why did you say again? Morning came, and I had a productive start. Checked on Li Yin versus a Storm Guardian in a sparring match. Li Yin, my first true disciple, absolutely demolished the epic tier dwarf. Not even close. And overnight, 16 more disciples had been promoted to true disciple through my trial tower assembly line. Cost me 1.7 million energy though. Combined with leveling the dwarf troops yesterday, the Mountain King's 3.6 million energy bounty was almost gone. Easy come, easy go. The motto of my financial life. After breakfast, I did a full inventory check. 12 dragons, 12 goddess warriors, 9 celestial maidens, 16 true disciples, epic. 284 regular disciples, a mountain king, 2 storm guardians, 20 RPG dwarfs, 16 centaur leaders, 552 farmers including 2 legendary ones, and resource points everywhere. Looking pretty good if I do say so myself. Then I checked the Mystery Shack's daily item. An anywhere door. Last time I sold one to Ng Man for 1 million stones. I called her immediately. She answered with maximum sarcasm. The world-famous Jiang Chen is calling me? I'm truly honored. Got another anywhere door. Want it? Yes. Didn't even blink. Another 1 million stones. Being rich must be nice. Then she hit me with something unexpected. Jiang Chen, I, Ng Man, descendant of the first emperor, formally invite you to become my vassal lord. I literally choked. Vassal? Are you serious? I can't tell you my full identity yet, but trust me, you won't regret it. How about 50 million stones as a signing bonus? 50 million. 50 million. My willpower was crumbling. Rich woman energy is dangerous. I stayed quiet too long. She doubled down. Fine. 100 million. 100 million spirit stones. My soul left my body for a second. I could see the light. The light was made of money. But being a vassal means real obligations under heavenly Tao rules. And when daddy is Qin Shi Huang, obligations probably means become an expendable chess piece in interdimensional politics. I deflected. You need to be town mayor first to even have vassals. So, mayor elections are probably 2 days away. And what if you don't become mayor? She laughed in disbelief. You think you can beat me for mayor? Wanna bet? Her competitive instincts overrode her brain instantly. Fine. If you win, I'll give you 100 million stones. If I win, you become my vassal. For a moment I considered asking for her as my vassal instead. Having the first emperor's daughter as a subordinate would be the ultimate flex. But then I imagined Qin Shi Huang finding out and sending an interdimensional army to stomp me into paste. That's happened before, apparently. Not worth it. I'll take the 100 million. Deal? But you're dreaming if you think your little outstanding troops and one epic hero can beat me. Mayor competitions test more than combat. There's building, harvesting, farming. Do you even have high-quality farmers? Ma'am. I have 2 legendary farmers with the Divine Farmer passive. My vegetables are epic tier. Get ready to lose, Jiang Chen. Wash up nice and prepare to be my vassal. Ha ha ha. Click. She hung up before I could respond. Classic Ng Man. Always gets the last word. But here's the thing she doesn't know. Heavenly Tao rules cap items brought from the main world at epic quality. Her daddy can send all the epic troop tokens he wants, but nothing legendary gets through. Meanwhile, I have 2 legendary heroes, legendary troops, and legendary equipment I made myself inside the battlefield. This bit is already won. I just have to show up. 100 million stones. I started humming a happy tune. Now, time for something I've been planning. I pulled out my territory advancement talismans. 3 E-rank ones from the merchant. My Lord Talent, Green Mountains Blue Waters, is F rank, the participation trophy of Lord Talents. Nobody has ever wasted high-rank advancement talismans on this entertainment path talent because you could just buy finished products cheaper. But nobody else can upgrade talismans like I can. E-rank upgraded to D rank, 100,000 stones. D rank upgraded to C rank, 1 million stones. I tossed all 3 enhanced talismans into the air. Territory advancement. Straight to C rank Lord Talent. Let's see what Green Mountains Blue Waters becomes when you stop treating it like a joke. 3 territory advancement talismans went in, and my Lord Talent went on a 3-stage glow-up. F rank, Green Mountains Blue Waters. E rank, Scenic Beauty. D rank, for seasons like spring. C rank, Spiritual Mist and Shrouds. That last one? The moment it activated, I heard a cracking sound like an eggshell breaking, and then spiritual energy started literally crystallizing out of thin air. My entire 30,000 square meter territory got blanketed in visible wisps of spirit mist. The Empress appeared beside me out of nowhere. She has a sixth sense for cool things happening. The spirit density here is 10 times what it was before. Even the Drunken Immortal Pavilion's VIP room is only 5 times. Cultivation speed, spirit recovery, skill practice. Everything just got turbocharged. My celestial sound disciples who were resting in the territory started cheering like they'd won the lottery. Loyalty scores going up across the board. My base now has better training conditions than most established lords' territories. I was feeling pretty good about life when, ding, another announcement dropped. Town 10,080 SIXS development far exceeds average. Triggering special, resource collection, rankings, first place, epic chest. Second to 10th, outstanding chest. 11th to 100th, rare chest. Rules, 1 point per common resource unit, 10 per fine, 100 per rare. And so on. Rankings update in real time. Deadline, tomorrow noon. I checked the live scoreboard. Wei Ming was first with 11 points. Yi Man second with 9. Everyone scrambling for scraps. I quietly pulled out 1 unit of crystal and upgraded it into void crystal stone, a rare resource worth 100 points. Boom. Straight to first place. Instantly. The chat noticed immediately. How did Jiang Chen just get 100 points in 1 second? He has a gold mine, remember? Gold is rare, 100 points per unit. But then Shueixia started climbing. Fast. Really fast. Her special constitution doesn't just attract monsters. It attracts high-quality resource deposits too. Her territory is basically surrounded by premium mines. Shueixia, most of my resource points are high quality. I don't even have enough common resources, lol. The flex was unintentional but devastating. Everyone seethed with jealousy. Yi Man charged up to second with her army of epic farmers pumping out resources at insane speed. The two of them quickly pulled ahead of me, because I only have 2 legendary farmers. Quantity beats quality in a resource race. Wei Ming, looks like first place will be between the 2 goddesses this time. Huang Xian, has Jiang Chen's winning streak finally been broken? Then someone pointed out, resources from treasure chests count too. I should have saved mine. I've been hoarding a few dozen chests. A few dozen? I'm so jealous. I looked at my warehouse. 845 fine chests. 4,623 common chests. 5,000 chests. Sitting there, waiting to be opened. Each one guaranteed to spit out resources. Is this just being handed to me? Do I have some kind of special protagonist constitution too? I shook off the thought and yelled, Empress. Chest time. She materialized beside me so fast, she left an afterimage. Are there epic ones? No. Can you upgrade some into epic ones? This woman is addicted. No. Just work. Do a good job, and there'll be epic ones tomorrow. I upgraded all the common chests to fine chests. 100 stones each, best value. And we set up our assembly line. I upgrade. She opens. Factory efficiency. Fine chest opened. Butcher's knife. Fine. X1. Fine chest opened. Fine wood X70. Fine chest opened. Fine iron X45. Thousands of resources pouring out. My score rocketed past 10,000. 15,000. 20,000. The chat was having a collective aneurysm. Wei Ming, he's opening chests. Must have over 100 fine chests. Yi Man, still confident. So what? He can open 100. Can he open 1,000? Yeah. Should we bet? I want to bet on Jiang Chen. Yi Man, you're adorably stupid. Shueixia, being reasonable. Yeah, listen to me. Jiang Chen's chest boost is temporary. Once they're gone, he'll fall behind. There's still a whole day left. Yeah hesitated. The bet never happened. Meanwhile, my score silently passed 20,000 and kept climbing. Yi Man, from her pedestal of confidence. He opened 100 chests. Big deal. Can he open 1,000? Oh, sweetheart. I have 5,000. 10 minutes after I started opening chests, my score hit 100,000. Yeah. Shueixia. Is it too late to open a betting pool? Shueixia, who had just confidently explained why I'd fall behind. Well, the situation appears very competitive. Every lord in town stopped working and just stared at the scoreboard, watching my number tick up like a speedometer on a rocket. 1 hour later, 500,000 points. Yi Man finally cracked. This cheater. Yeah. I missed another fortune by not betting. Shueixia. The chat was in full meltdown. He must have opened 1,000 fine chests. Does his Green Mountains talent have some hidden luck stat? Because on Blue Star, Lord Hearts with that talent already sold out. By noon, the scoreboard looked like this. First, Jiang Chen, 1,563,252. And Shueixia, 48,253rd. Ng Man, 46,672. Read those numbers again. I had 30 times more points than second place. With an entire day still left on the clock, I dropped a casual message in chat. All done opening chests. I know I'm only temporarily in first place. Like Ng Man said, there's still a whole day left. Keep grinding, everyone. Ng Man. Even if you taped Shueixia and Ng Man together and made them collect resources for a week, they couldn't catch me. Shueixia, in a rare moment of sass. Yeah, want to bet on who gets second place? Yeah, but I only want to bet on Jiang Chen winning. Someone eventually asked how I did it, and little fox girl figured it out first. The reputation hall. He traded his 10,000 reputation points for fine chests. Smart girl. Reputation halls are random wilderness buildings where you can exchange reputation for items. I happened to find one, dumped all my fame into fine chests, and the rest is mathematical inevitability. Ng Man. The heavenly Tao itself is helping him. Wei Ming. Sorry for doubting you, boss. From now on, I'm following Ye's strategy. Blind, unconditional faith. Yeah. Did you just call me brainless? With the rankings basically settled, I remembered I still had that old centaur nest sitting between my territory and Wei Ming's. Completely useless to me now. Elite troops are beneath my standards. But for a regular lord? Goldmine. I called Wei Ming. He picked up instantly despite being mid-battle with goblins. Don't worry about it, boss. What do you need? I've got a centaur nest producing elite troops. No use to me anymore. Want it? His eyes lit up like Christmas morning. 10,000 stones. No, 100,000. Transferring now. Relax, it's worth 30,000. Market price. He paid. Thanked me 17 times, and I hung up thinking, decent guy. Knows his place. Might be worth investing in someday. Then I sat down to sort through my treasure chest haul. 150,000 units of fine resources. Enough to last until level 4. 2,000 pieces of fine equipment. Armed my disciples with whatever fit. Dumped the rest on the auction house. Crashed the entire town's economy in about 5 minutes. Some lords were crying about their blacksmith businesses going bankrupt. Others were cheering about cheap gear. But the real prizes were the blueprints. 11 farm blueprints, 8 arrow tower blueprints, and most importantly, 2 watchtower blueprints and a spring blueprint. Finally, watchtowers. I upgraded one into a lighthouse. Spent 200,000 stones, leveled it to 3. It reveals 1,300 meters of fog of war, detects invisible enemies, cleanses negative status effects on allies, and works as a street lamp at night. Adjustable brightness. My territory now has mood lighting. Then I looked at the spring blueprint, and my brain locked up. Most of the upgrade options were solid, various spiritual springs for drinking water or irrigation. Useful, practical, boring. But at the very bottom of the upgrade list, like a legendary item hiding behind grocery store shelves. Upgrade Path 76. Fountain of Life, legendary. Cost, 100 million spirit stones. 100 million stones. For a building so powerful its effects are basically game-breaking. I stared at it for a long time. Do I save up for this? Or keep looking for a legendary troop building? The Fountain of Life can't make me stronger in combat directly. But its effects are the kind of thing that changes everything in the long run. Decisions. But right now, thanks to my bet with Ng Man, I've got 100 million stones coming my way in a few days. The question isn't if I can afford it. The question is what I build first. Lying in bed trying to decide between a Fountain of Life and a legendary troop building, a notification jolted me upright at midnight. Your hero Angel Yen has occupied an energy stone mine. An energy mine. This is every farming lord's dream. A mine that produces raw energy instead of materials. Stable, safe, infinite passive income. Like finding an oil well in your backyard, except the oil is magic. I immediately built a mining camp and sent workers. But then I paused. Wait, it's the middle of the night. Is Yin still out there hunting? I hadn't seen her all day. Checked her combat logs. 1,428 entries. 1,428 fights. In a single day? This woman doesn't sleep, doesn't eat. Well, she did sneak into the cafeteria once. Doesn't rest. She just kills. I went to bed feeling very grateful and slightly terrified of my own employee. Next morning, Cynthia and the 6 goddess warriors were waiting outside my door like golden sentinels. Good morning, my lord. Farmer 1 has been safely escorted home. I'd left them at the gold mine for days. They'd been leveling up, clearing monsters, and now they were back, dusty, tired, and absolutely ready for more violence. Rest this morning. Big fight this afternoon. Their eyes lit up. Yes, my lord. These women here, big fight. The way normal people here, vacation. Noon hit, and the resource collection rankings closed exactly as expected. First place, Lord Jiang Chen, Epic Chest X1, 300 reputation, 1.5 million points versus Chuexia's 48,000 in second. It wasn't a competition, it was a mathematical crime scene. Empress, I've got an epic chest. Before I could finish, another announcement dropped. Level 3 upgrade rankings revealed. First place, outstanding chest. I'd upgraded to level 3 days ago. This was free money. Someone in chat said weakly, I bet someone already hit level 3. Let me guess. It's Jiang Chen. At this point, does anyone even bother guessing anymore? Yeah. Nobody will bet against Jiang Chen anymore. I'll never make money again. First place level 3 upgrade. Lord Jiang Chen. Outstanding chest X1, 100 reputation, double first place. 2 chests in 2 minutes. The Empress appeared beside me like she'd been summoned by the word, chest. You promised epic chests if I worked hard. I did. Here's 1 epic and 1 outstanding. You earned it. Meanwhile, across the map, everyone was having their own private reactions. Chuexia had apparently woken up at 4 a.m. to rush her level 3 upgrade, suffered through the most painful morning of her life, and still came in second. At least I beat Ying Man this time. Ying Man saw the announcement, and her dragon eyes flickered for a split second. A sword strike involuntarily erupted from her body and bisected a level 10 monster that happened to be nearby. Then she started doing breathing exercises. Not angry. Not angry. Meng Tian, standing nearby as her bodyguard, looked disappointed. Your Highness, why are you calming down? Last time you got angry, your bloodline evolved and your stats jumped 30%. Ying Man glared at her. Is it illegal to not be angry, Meng Tian? Not illegal, but your bloodline. Evolution is worth more than 100 epic chests. Ying Man crossed her arms. The only thing that could make me angry enough now would be losing the mayor battle to Jiang Chen. And that won't happen. She then rattled off her advantages. B-rank Lord Talent, Iron Horse Golden Spear, a second hero named General Baizong, a military strategist from the legendary Bai family, with B-rank command over 2 types of elite Qin dynasty troops. Her armored piercing soldiers and Iron Eagle warriors were buffed so high they could match ordinary epic 4-star troops. General Baizong stepped forward with zero expression. If I fail to secure the mayor position for your highness, I will offer my head. Dramatic. Very Qin dynasty. I respect it even though he's about to lose very badly. Then the level 3 rankings finished. Chuexia second, Ying Man third. She was so relieved not to be second for once. Wei Ming fourth, Mu Qingshuang fifth. 10 lords total made it to level 3. And the instant the rankings finished, a golden announcement pinned itself to the top of everyone's screen, announcing the rules for Town 10,080 SIXS domain-breaking battle. All lords, prepare yourselves. The Mayor War was coming. The big one. The fight that determines who rules the entire starter town. I cracked my knuckles. Ying Man, somewhere across the map, gripped her sword. 100 million spirit stones were on the line. Game on. The domain-breaking battle rules dropped, and I immediately started grinning like an idiot. Tower defense mode. No luck involved. No tricks. No random events. Pure. Hard. Power. This is in the bag. The rules are simple. Once 100 lords reach level 3, the town's protective barrier drops, and we all get teleported to the border to fight off alien invaders. Kill aliens, earn points. Hit 1 million total points, and the town survives. Everyone gets 10 to all stats. Fail. Everyone gets downgraded to level 2 and loses 10 stats. And whoever scores the most points becomes mayor. Somewhere across the map, Ying Man was having the exact same reaction. Tower defense. This is mine. That vassal lord bet is secured. She's confident because tower defense is pure military strength. No gimmicks. No chest-opening cheese. Just armies smashing into each other, which is exactly why I'm confident. She thinks she's the strongest. She has no idea what's coming. The chat immediately devolved into chaos. Some lords were panicking about not having level 3 yet. Others were already planning to freeload. I'll just join and hide in the back for the free 10 stats. Same. Let the big boys handle it. Mu Qingshuang shut that down. Each person needs roughly 10,000 points on average. You can't all just hide. Ying Man backed her up. Even if I solo 500,000 points, someone still needs to handle the other half. Wei Ming added the killer detail. Tower defense mode shows everyone how many waves each person fought. Your slacking is public. That scared most of them straight. Most. Honestly, I wasn't worried at all. Between me and Ying Man alone, we could probably brute force the entire 1,000,000 points. Everyone else is just bonus. I had maybe half a day to prepare. Time to take inventory of my strike force, the Empress and Angel Yin. 10 level, 8 Goddess Warriors. 9 level, 8 Celestial Maidens. For level, 10 dragons plus 8 level, 8 dragons. 1 Mountain King, 2 Storm Guardians, 20 RPG Dwarves. 35 level, 10 True Disciples, Epic Tier. And 235 regular disciples at level 5. Could use more energy. But this should be enough. Then I pulled out the thing I'd been saving. The deep-sea lure from Chuaxia. The item I'd been waiting for the perfect moment to use. Upgrade. 3 million Spirit Stones. Path 4. Ultimate Deep-Sea Lure. Attracts an ultimate tier deep-sea beast wave scaled to your territory level. Ultimate. Not regular. Not advanced. Ultimate. The Empress and Yin appeared at my sides. Yin stared at the lure with wide eyes. The water energy in that thing is terrifying. It summons a wave of seafood monsters, probably including legendary tier 1s. That's why I called you back. Yin blinked. Seafood monsters? I was already turning to the Empress. How'd the chest go? She sighed. Got a weapon. A spear. A spear. Nobody in my army uses spears except, well, the goddess warriors use short spears, but they have their own divine weapons. Not ideal, but epic equipment is never bad. Not bad. Put on the flowing cloud set and get ready for battle. Yes, my lord. Everyone was in position. My entire army, assembled on home turf, buffed by 10 times spiritual density, standing under the protective glow of my lighthouse. I tossed the ultimate deep-sea lure into the air. What happened next was straight out of a horror movie. If the horror movie had an unlimited special effects budget. The space around my territory, hundreds of meters out, started rippling. Then it turned into a wall of deep ocean blue. My entire base was suddenly sitting inside what looked like a giant aquarium. We were the fish tank. The ocean was outside. Through the blue barrier, I could see massive shadows swimming. Dozens of them. Some were fast and darting. Others were so enormous they blocked out the light. Then, splurp, the first creature punched through the barrier and flopped onto dry land, dripping wet and furious. Yin stared at it. It really is a seafood monster. The Empress, always focused on what matters, looks chewy, and that was the last calm moment before the ocean declared war on my living room. The first thing through the barrier was a squid. A 17-level, 8-meter-tall squid standing upright on its tentacles like it owned the place. My first thought, that's at least 100 units of outstanding grade calamari. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not sorry either. My territory has a lot of mouths to feed now. Then 100 more squids followed, standing there like a forest of angry rubber trees. Terrifying to look at, delicious to think about. Then a tiger shark crashed through the barrier and flopped onto the ground. Just flap, 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 thrashing around on dry land like the world's angriest fish out of water. Very scary teeth. Zero mobility. It was like watching a chainsaw try to climb stairs. Everyone in my territory exchanged confused glances. The whole pre-battle tension just evaporated. Angel Yin, genuinely baffled. Are they literally here to deliver groceries? I was about to agree when I felt it. Something big was approaching behind the barrier. A shadow that kept growing and growing until it blocked out everything behind it. Then a face pushed through. A human face. Chalk white. 10 meters across. Connected to a scaled body that stretched back into the ocean depths for God knows how far. It stared down at my territory like a customer examining a buffet. Ghost Leviathan. Level 20. Legendary quality, 2 stars. Combat power, 410. Then it activated its domain ability, and the air inside my territory turned thick like syrup. Deep sea domain active. All friendly units suffer 5 to 30% speed reduction. The shark that was flopping helplessly on the ground, suddenly swimming through air like it was water, doing backflips, completely mobile. The domain turned dry land into an ocean for them. BZZZ, my lighthouse flared to life, coating everyone in protective light. Lighthouse effect. Deep sea domain penalties reduced. Money well spent on that lighthouse. The Empress put on the flowing cloud set, and her combat power jumped to 450 stars. She cracked her knuckles. My lord, this thing's only 410 stars. I can handle it alone. It's not about strength. Ghost leviathans are cowards. The moment it senses danger, it'll vanish back into the ocean. That's why they call it ghost. We need to bait it in. I started issuing orders. Empress, Yin, do not engage yet. Vandal, wait for my signal, then go full divine descent and storm hammer. My mountain king rumbled. Understood, my lord. The ocean barrier started vomiting monsters. Squids, sharks, bottom-feeding demon fish, and 2 epic tier sea king serpents, 20 meters long each. The serpents went straight for my dragons, and the sky turned into a wrestling match. On the ground, my troops went to work. Li Yin, my first true disciple, slashed a squid clean in half with one swing. Blood arc. The regular disciples formed 12-person Sumeru sword formations, combining their barriers into defensive walls while fighting together. Teamwork making the dream work. The Storm Guardians were the least subtle. One hammer throw, shark brain everywhere. Simple, effective, disgusting. From the VIP room of my restaurant. Because yes, I command battles from a luxury dining balcony. I watched the fight unfold. We were winning easily. Deep-sea monsters dropping from the sky like rain. My RPG dwarves hadn't even fired yet. But the ghost leviathan? That 50-meter nightmare fish with a human face? Still just watching. Half its body still in the ocean. Letting its minions die while it observed. This thing is more cautious than me. And I'm the most cautious person I know. I ordered a defensive pullback, drawing everyone closer to the center of the territory. Yes, this meant sacrificing outer buildings. A few houses got demolished by rampaging demon fish. My lord, our buildings are taking damage, the Empress warned. Worth it. Keep retreating. The deep-sea monsters pushed into my territory and suddenly started ignoring the fight. Instead, they were breathing in the concentrated spiritual energy from my spiritual mist and shrouds, talent. Like addicts who found an open pharmacy. I watched the ghost leviathan's expression shift. Its minions were stealing ITS premium air. That beautiful, 10 times density spiritual energy was supposed to be for the boss, not the grunts. Come on, you overgrown sardine. Get angry. It roared, a soundless psychic blast, trying to call its troops back. But the ultimate deep-sea lure's power was stronger than loyalty. The minions kept huffing spiritual mist like it was going out of style. The Leviathan finally lost patience. Its entire 50-meter body slithered out of the ocean. Bone spikes everywhere, glowing ghostly blue, that horrifying white face leading the charge toward MY territory. I grinned. That's it. Come to Papa. At exactly 200 meters out, it stopped, turned around, started swimming back toward the ocean at top speed. You sneaky little. Either it detected my ambush somehow, or, more likely, it was testing me. If I had a trap set up, I'd panic and spring it early when I saw it leaving. Smart monster. Very smart monster. But I couldn't take the risk of letting it escape. A level 20, 2-star legendary creature? The energy alone would be astronomical. Attack. Now, the Empress, Angel Yin, and Mountain King Vandal launched into the sky simultaneously. 12 goddess warriors locked and loaded their thunder spears. And because I believe in overwhelming force, I dumped my remaining 600,000 energy into emergency upgrades. Level up. Everyone to 12. Empress, Yin, and Vandal all jumped 2 levels in a split second. Every point of energy I'd earned today gone. Again. The cycle continues. Vandal activated Divine Descent mid-air, swelling to 6 meters of pure muscle, and hurled a storm hammer the size of a small car across hundreds of meters of empty space. Boom. Direct hit on the Leviathan's stupid ghost face. The hunt was on. The storm hammer stunned the Leviathan. Then 12 goddess warriors fired their thunder spears into its belly. Boom, boom, boom. 12 gaping holes punched through 50 meters of legendary sea monster. We got it. Empress, block its escape. Yen, charge up Heavenly Blade. The Empress activated Cloud Shadow, double speed from the skill plus another 50% from the flowing cloud set, and materialized right in front of the Leviathan's path, 50 meters from the ocean barrier. The Leviathan looked at this tiny 12-level human woman standing between it and freedom and basically laughed. It glowed blue and charged straight at her like a freight train made of nightmares. Just steamroll this insect and swim home free. Bad decision. Cloud Ring, a 10-meter-tall humanoid figure made of pure cloud energy formed around the Empress like a giant mech suit. Budget version Titan mode. Crash. A 50-meter legendary sea monster rammed headfirst into a 12-level woman, and they both flew back equally. The Empress wasn't just standing her ground. She was going even with something that outweighed her by several million pounds. Then, while the Leviathan was still dizzy from the impact, she pointed her flowing cloud sword at it. Cloud sword. Dozens of massive energy blades materialized from thin air and stabbed into that horrible ghost face. One after another, like acupuncture from hell. Then she said one word. Burst. Boom, 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 boom. Every single sword detonated simultaneously inside the Leviathan's head. Its skull became abstract art. The 50-meter body thrashed wildly for a few seconds, then crashed to the ground like a falling skyscraper, shaking my entire territory. Total elapsed time from interception to kill, seconds. Meanwhile, Yen's Heavenly Blade strike was almost fully charged. She looked at her forming sky sword, then at the very dead Leviathan, and sighed. What do I do with this now? The Empress grinned and pointed at the two epic sea king serpents that were still fighting my dragons. Don't waste it. Yen adjusted her aim and swung. A 50-meter energy blade carved through both serpents simultaneously, slicing them clean in half. Dragon 9, who nearly got her nose trimmed by the passing blade. Hey new girl, you almost cut me. The loot notification made me scream with joy. Empress killed Ghost Leviathan, legendary. Energy, 2,150,000. Stones, 280,000. Dark Dock Blueprint, legendary. Advanced Spirit Book X1, 2 million energy. A legendary blueprint. And another 100 stat book. The blueprint turned out to be a ship dock. Amazing for ocean exploration. Someday. Right now I'm landlocked in a starter town, so it went into storage. The stat book went straight into me, 100 spirit power. My naked stats now exceed same level outstanding troops. I'm becoming less squishy lord, and more lord who can actually punch back. Then something bonked the roof of my restaurant. I looked out the window just in time to see a giant manta ray desperately flapping its wings trying to stay airborne, and failing. Without the ghost Leviathan's deep sea domain, every flying fish in my territory lost their air-swimming privileges simultaneously. It rained seafood. Literally. Hundreds of deep-sea creatures dropping from the sky, like the world's most horrifying grocery delivery. Cynthia casually speared the manta ray as it slid off the roof. Business as usual. The Empress and Yen landed on my balcony. The Empress suggested, should we keep some alive? Dead seafood loses freshness fast. Yen nodded seriously. I once visited a civilization called Earth. Their seafood restaurants do exactly this. I froze at the word Earth for a second, then shook it off. So, I asked the Empress, how does it feel to demolish a legendary monster using borrowed equipment? She blushed, but couldn't lie. It felt amazing. Remember when she lectured me about how the trial tower should test willpower, not be cheesed with gear? Yeah, one taste of legendary equipment, and she's a full convert. Welcome to the dark side, Your Majesty. We have stats. Total haul from the deep sea event. 3.2 million energy for 185,000 stones, multiple chests, a legendary blueprint, an epic weapon called Sea King Boots. The name made me question if the universe was calling me a player, and enough seafood to fill my warehouse to bursting. I hired 2 more legendary farmers just to process all the fish. My epic chef's loyalty shot to 95. The man was vibrating with excitement over the ingredient quality. He made a dish called Neza Storms the Sea for dinner that was so good people's stats jumped by double digits. With all that energy, It was upgrade time. All 12 goddess warriors level 10. 700,000 energy. All 9 celestial maidens level 10. 1,040,000 energy. All remaining 8 dragons level 10. 1,100,000 energy. All celestial sound disciples level 6. 720,000 energy. Energy, gone. Army, terrifying. By 9 p.m., 79 lords had reached level 3. Not quite 100 yet. Everyone relaxed. The domain-breaking battle would be pushed to tomorrow morning. Good. I need sleep anyway. At 11:42 p.m., the announcement finally dropped. 100 lords have reached level 3. Domain-breaking battle begins tomorrow at 9 a.m. Participating lords, Jiang Chen and Shueixia, Yin Man. I yawned, sent a territory-wide notice. Everyone rest tonight. The real fight starts at 9, and went to bed. Tomorrow I'm taking that mayor's seat, collecting my 100 million stones from Yin Man, and farming as many legendary bosses as the universe is willing to throw at me. Sleep tight, everyone. Tomorrow we go to war. Morning of the domain-breaking battle. Every qualified lord suited up. The entire town felt like it was holding its breath. 9 a.m. sharp. Domain-breaking battle. Begin. 100 golden pillars of light shot into the sky. When they faded, 100 lords and their territories had been teleported to the border mountains. I materialized in a canyon, 200 meters wide, with my territory plugging the gap perfectly like a cork in a bottle. Sheer cliffs on both sides. One way in, one way out. Canyon number 88. Lucky number. Good omen. My lighthouse gave me 1,300 meters of visibility through the war fog. Plenty of warning time. Most lords were flying blind. I had a front row seat with binoculars. Empress, organize the disciples into defensive lines. Yes, my lord. And please go somewhere safe. I climbed up to the Drunken Immortal Pavilion's VIP balcony with Angel Yin and Zizaition. Best seat in the house. Panoramic battlefield view. Comfortable chairs, snacks within arm's reach. War is hell, but MY War has table service. The battle chat was already panicking. I'm Canyon 1. Does lower number mean harder enemies? Relax, bro. It's random. I lost half my troops taking the crystal mine. I'm gonna need you guys to carry me. Wei Ming. At least survive 5 waves. The early ones are free points. Easy for you to say. Mu Qingxuang. 1 minute until contact. Everyone ready up. I looked at Yin. She was gripping her sword, tense as a bowstring. I patted the chair next to me. Yin, sit down. These are just low-level demons. You're not needed yet. She sat, but her hand stayed near her weapon. Then the fog churned, and several hundred creatures came screaming out of it. Little demons, pitch black, 5 feet tall, mouths split open to their ears. Classic bottom-tier cannon fodder. Behind them, fire ghouls. Taller, thinner, flames dancing on their fingertips. Elite tier, level 8. I nodded approvingly. Demons. Good. Strong but stupid. Much better than devils, who actually think. Then I noticed Yin was vibrating. Every muscle tensed, hand on her sword, eyes locked on the demons like a cat watching a laser pointer. Yin, relax. It's a few hundred low levels. She released her grip and looked embarrassed. Apologies, my lord. It's instinct. Understandable. You spent 7,000 years being brain. Inspired by Queen Kaisa's justice crusade against evil. Of course demons trigger you. Her eyes went wide. You know of Holy Kaisa? Time for the BS sage routine again. Holy Kaisa spent her life fighting tyranny, slaying evil gods, breaking monopolies of power. Of course I've heard of her. Your recognition of Holy Kaisa resonates with Yin. Affection 5. Current. 90. Then she hesitated, clearly wanting to ask something. I read her mind. Well, I read her anime backstory. You want to know if Kaisa can be revived? Please, my lord. I stared into the distance dramatically. Holy Kaisa is immortal by nature. The universe is vast, filled with unknown realms like this battlefield. Perhaps somewhere out there exists someone who can help her rebuild her body. Yin affection 5. Current. 95. She bowed solemnly. Thank you for your guidance, my lord. Guidance? I was guessing. But sure. Wisdom points. Collected. Meanwhile, the demons had reached the 300-meter mark. My 10 Wrath of Heaven towers. All level 3, 6 of them freshly built last night. Locked on. Fire. 10 dark red fireballs the size of beach balls arced through the air and plunged into the thickest cluster of demons. Boom, 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 10 mini mushroom clouds. Most of the demons vaporized instantly. Then the towers switched to regular rapid-fire mode. Fireball after fireball, non-stop. The demons didn't even reach the walls. Not one. Hundreds of monsters turned to ash at 300 meters by automated turrets while my actual soldiers stood on the ramparts with nothing to do. The disciples looked at each other awkwardly. Is that it? The Empress, trying to maintain morale. They'll get stronger. Stay focused. Yes, ma'am. Wave 1 cleared. Wave 2 arrives in 10 minutes. 10 minutes of rest? I don't need rest. I need speed. I pulled out 2 war drums, battle items that reduced the next wave's arrival time by 5 minutes each. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. 2 drums equals minus 10 minutes equals wave 2 arriving right now. More demons poured out of the fog. 20% more, 2 levels higher. My towers obliterated them just as efficiently. And then the battle channel announced, Lord Jiang Chen has successfully repelled wave 1. The chat lost its mind. Already? I haven't even started yet. The enemies are still walking toward me. Mine literally just poked their heads out of the fog. Wei Ming, nearly crying. At least yours can walk. I'm fighting turtle demons. They crawled out of the fog. They're still crawling. Someone said what everyone was thinking. I haven't begun and Jiang Chen already finished. A girl in the chat. Jiang Chen does everything fast. I love it. Someone else. Lady, be careful with phrasing like that. I leaned back in my balcony chair, sipped something warm, and watched my towers do all the work. This was going to be a very good day. Everyone immediately started guessing how I cleared wave 1 so fast. Must be defense towers. Li Muse. Ahem. Let's not bring up the time I attacked his base. Maybe his created troops are ranged units. Yeah, I bet he charged into the fog and killed them before they could even spawn me. That I can't tell if that's a compliment. Then the real fun began. I used 2 war drums to skip the 10-minute break and summoned wave 2 immediately. Lord Jiang Chen has repelled wave 2. Ying Man was still repairing her walls from wave 1. He used war drums? That's insane. Either he's a genius or he's given up and is speedrunning his own death. Meng Tian suggested she use drums too. Ying Man shook her head wisely. No, I won't chase meaningless glory. Let him burn out. Her advisors exchanged proud looks. So mature. So strategic. Meanwhile, I used more drums. Lord Jiang Chen has repelled wave 3. Lord Jiang Chen has repelled wave 4. Lord Jiang Chen has repelled wave 5. My friends started messaging me in a panic. Shueixia, please slow down. Yeah. Be careful. Even Mu Qingxuang. Perhaps a more measured approach. The entire battle chat turned into a please be careful Jiang Chen support group. They were genuinely worried I'd get overwhelmed and die, leaving them without their strongest player. The thing is, my troops hadn't fought a single monster yet. Not one. 10 Wrath of Heaven towers, all level 3, were doing literally all the work. Every wave got incinerated at 300 meters. My soldiers were standing on the walls watching like it was a fireworks show. The Empress tried to maintain discipline. They'll get stronger. Stay alert. But even she was running out of conviction. Half an hour in. 10 waves cleared. My score, 20,000. My army's contribution, 0. The towers did everything. The chat was going insane. His troops don't need rest? Confirmed. Celestial Sound disciples are definitely ranged units. Wrong. They're sword fighters. But nobody would ever guess that automated defense towers are doing everything because the materials to build them don't even exist in starter towns. Nobody else can build them. They literally cannot imagine the correct answer. Wei Ming. The gap between me and my boss is astronomical. Wave 10 enemies must be level 20. Someone worried. But what if ranged troops get rushed at close range? He might collapse. Then a lord announced he was quitting after just 3 waves, and everyone panicked about the point deficit. Wei Ming used this to rally the troops. Jiang Chen's ranged troops will get overwhelmed eventually. We all need to contribute. I appreciated the team spirit, even if the premise was completely wrong. Me. Relax everyone. I can handle 10 more waves easy. Ying Man. 10 more? Why don't you just fly up and high-five the sun while you're at it? Wave 11 finally got interesting. The demons were level 22 now, and 3 Hellfire monsters. Level 26, rare quality, with fire resistance, actually tanked through my tower bombardment and reached my walls. First time anything got close. I felt a tiny tingle of excitement. True disciples, deploy. 40 epic tier warriors vaulted over the walls. 5 minutes later, all 3 Hellfire demons and every surviving lesser demon were dead. My walls, untouched. Wave 12. Goddess Warriors, Storm Guardian, Mountain King, go. Wave 13. Dragons, go. Wave 14. Celestial Maidens, go. Each wave, I deployed a different unit, like I was running a showcase. A military fashion show of death. The battle channel erupted in cheers after every wave. Wei Ming kept posting score screenshots to the regional chat, so even non-participants could follow along. My legend was growing in real time. Meanwhile, lords kept dropping out. Most couldn't handle past wave 5 or 6. Way below the average needed. Bunch of quitters. By wave 20, the Empress personally stepped in to one-shot a level 30 outstanding tier Berserker demon with 4 stars. Hours of fighting. Thousands of demon corpses. My personal score, 150,000 points. I checked the total scoreboard. Total points, 991,523, only 19 lords still fighting. Almost there. Chuaxia, less than 10,000 to go. I'm finishing my wave now. We should be safe. Yeah, being absolutely brilliant. I'm leading my last wave 9 monster in circles around my base, so I can rest before starting wave 10. She was literally kiting a single monster around her territory like a kid playing tag to buy recovery time. Genius. Criminal. I love it. Then, almost simultaneously, Lord in Chuaxia has repelled wave 12. Lord in E-Man has repelled wave 15. The score jumped over 1 million. Domain break. Successful. Golden announcements flooded both the battle channel and the regional chat at the same time. We did it. The town survived. Everyone gets 10 to all stats. Now there was just one question left. Who's the mayor? I looked at my score, 150,000 and climbing, smiled, and prepared for the next wave. Because I wasn't done yet. Not even close. My town, 10086, just became the first town in the whole county to break through. First, out of 1,000 towns. Everyone went bananas. Free stats raining down like candy. Plus 20 to everything, because we came in first. I love free stuff. Then the sky dropped another golden announcement. A ranking contest. Whoever scores the most points in the breakthrough battle becomes town lord and gets 50 to all stats plus 5 luck points. Luck points, people. That stuff makes your town richer, fancier, and occasionally coughs up epic buildings out of thin air. Yes, please. Some guy named Huang Xian started whining that the contest was announced too late and it wasn't fair. Blah, blah, blah. Then he rage quit the battlefield. So did a bunch of others. One girl's monster literally killed itself, so she left too. Eventually, it was just me, Ing Man, and Chu Xia grinding away. Now here's where I got clever. I've got my eye on building the life spring, but the materials cost a fortune. And who has a fortune? Ing Man. So I called her up mid-battle. Hey, remember that 100 million spirit stones you bet me? Can I get 50 million as an advance? She exploded. Called me arrogant, said I hadn't won yet. But I'm a reasonable guy, I said sweetly. If I win, you owe me 100 million, right? And if I lose and become your vassal, you promise to give me 100 million anyway, right? So, win or lose, you're paying me. Might as well pay early, I shrugged. Airtight logic. Her eyes nearly popped out of her skull. Then, plot twist, her hair started floating and a dragon pupil appeared in her eye. Very dramatic. Meanwhile, the 2 ancient generals behind her were cheering me on and bowing thankfully, like I'd done them a favor. No idea why. You wish, she hissed and hung up on me. Rude. I was being perfectly logical. Fine, dragon girl. If you won't listen to reason, I'll just have to show you the meaning of despair. An hour later, I'm cruising through wave 28 like it's a morning jog. Meanwhile, Ing Man is stuck on wave 25 and burning through her last healing potions. Her generals are basically running on fumes. Then it happened. She snapped. But not in a bad way, in a cool way. She laughed like a villain who just realized the hero is actually pretty awesome. Went full send on wave 26, and her entire army dumped every last skill they had. Obliterated the wave. Then collapsed, completely drained. And then, ding, 1.1 billion. Wait, 110 million spirit stones deposited to my account. Hold up. The bet was only 100 million. Why the extra 10 million? She video called me. No tears, no drama. Just, I want to know how I lost. Oh, the extra 10 million was an information fee. This girl is literally paying me to explain how I crushed her. Only a fool turns down free money. So I flipped my camera around and showed her my 12 legendary dragons soaring through the sky. Her jaw hit the floor. Legendary dragons? A full squad. Little does she know, those dragons are basically my delivery boys now. My angel warrior, Yin, could solo all 12 of them before breakfast. But hey, better she thinks the dragons are my trump card than dig any deeper. Then she hit me with the weirdest offer. I'll give you another 10 million if you just call me Big Sissing from now on. This girl is 18, tops. Younger than Chuxia. And she wants to buy the title of Big Sister? Rich people have the strangest hobbies. I dodged that conversation like a pro. Sorry, wave 29 is starting, gotta go. She hung up. I muttered, stupid rich people, think they're so special with their money, then immediately checked my account balance with trembling hands. 9 digits. I've never even seen this many zeros on a bank account in my previous life. Then the system crowned me town lord, and the perks rolled in. Extra hero slot, faster building, faster resource collection, a personal teleportation door, and, my favorite, the power to name the town. So naturally, I posted in town chat, taking suggestions for the town name. Drop your ideas below. The chat exploded. Everyone was worshipping me and Ing Man. One guy literally cried about fighting too hard when he could have just freeloaded off us. Another dude was already begging for a government position. Shameless. I respect it. Meanwhile, Wave 29 started, and I told my Empress to drag it out, buy me some time. Because while everyone's celebrating, I pulled out my spring blueprint. Time to build the life spring. The grind never stops, baby. Golden light exploded from my tavern like a supernova. Everyone in my territory stopped what they were doing and stared. Even Yan's jaw dropped. I looked at the life spring blueprint in my hands. Shopping list. Life stones, thunderstruck wood, origin gold. Total cost? 45 million spirit stones. For a legendary building, that's basically on clearance sale. But first things first. I waved my hand and dumped 6 million energy into upgrading my 200 Tianyin disciples to level 9. All of them. Poof, energy gone. Look, having super-powered heroes is great, but when monsters are swarming a 200-meter defense line, you need bodies. Quality and quantity, people. While I'm casually grinding waves for points, my little county announcement apparently set the entire world on fire. Over in town 10010, some guy named Zhu Yeqing, claims to be the 28th generation grandson of some ancient prince, is rallying his people like he's running for president. I shall lead US to first place in the ranking. Calm down, bro. You don't even know what's coming. And in town 10222, oh, that's fun. Turns out over 500 towns in our county belong to Cherry Blossom Nation players. Their leader, some descendant of an ancient emperor, is already bragging about dominating the entire county. They think because I broke through early, my town is out of the race. Cute. Meanwhile, back on Blue Star, Chuxia's mom dropped the bad news. Our county is basically surrounded by Cherry Blossom and South Korea players because our real-world city is near their countries. Geography, the gift that keeps on giving. But Chuxia wasn't worried. We have Jiang Chen and Big Sissing. Bring it. That's the spirit, kid. Also, her mom handed her a city transfer token, basically a panic button to relocate if things go sideways. Smart woman. Now, the main event. I finished crafting all the materials and went on a spending spree that would make Ing Man proud. Build life spring, Kaching. Finish instantly, Kaching. Upgrade to level 3, Khing. 78 million spirit stones and 1.3 million energy, gone. Just like that. Easy come, easy go. Mostly easy go. But my God, was it worth it? The level 3 life spring is 10 meters wide, surrounded by white stone walls, filled with glowing green water that practically screams, I will fix all your problems. The air around it is so thick with life energy, you could probably resurrect a sandwich. The perks? Insane. Anything standing within 10 meters heals rapidly. Wounds, spirit energy, even soul damage. Any unit that dies can be revived up to 4 times per day. 4. My soldiers basically have extra lives now. This isn't a game anymore. Wait, it literally is a game. But still. And the cherry on top, every single day, the spring produces 1 bottle of life essence and 10 bottles of life water. The life essence can upgrade a unit's quality, as in, turn a regular troop into something better. No extra energy cost. That's like finding a cheat code printed on your receipt. A tiny bottle of emerald green liquid materialized in my hand. Life essence. Beautiful as imperial jade. Did I hesitate? Did I carefully consider the optimal use? Nope. Popped the cap and chugged it like a college freshman at a party. I chugged the life essence and immediately started sweating out black gunk like a human detox commercial. Apparently, this is called marrow cleansing. Movies make it look agonizing, but honestly, felt like a spa day. Then the system hit me with the good news. My talent jumped to C rank. That's on par with an outstanding hero. Me, a guy whose only martial art is radio calisthenics set 9. My physical stats are now 248. I looked at my character sheet and whispered, I'm basically a dragon in human skin, but let's be real. No matter how buff I get, I'm not going out there to fight monsters personally. I'm a manager, not a grunt. Then the Empress reported in. 5 Tianyin disciples injured. 1 girl got her arm ripped off by a demon. Bad news, right? Wrong. I have the life spring now, baby. I brought the injured girls over. They stepped into the spring's range, and their faces went from, war is hell, to, is this a 5-star resort? Wounds closed. Energy refilled. Exhaustion evaporated. And the girl who lost her entire arm watched a brand new one grow back in real time. She picked up her sword and swung it like nothing happened. The Empress looked at me like I was some kind of god. Favorability, 1, now at 97. 3 more points, and she's maxed out. I'm basically speed-running her friendship meter. Now that nobody has to worry about dying or running out of energy, it was time to get nasty. Upgrade all dwarf rocket soldiers to level 20. For 0.5 million energy, poof. Gone. 20 little dwarf guys, now maxed out at level 20. Wave 33 rolled in. Thousands of demons, plus fire monsters, 6-armed snake demons, berserker demons, and 1 big, ugly level 34 Balrog flame demon. This lineup would have made an man cry. My angel, Yin, was practically bouncing. Please let me fight. Please. Why use a butcher's knife to kill a chicken? I said coolly. Dwarves. Overload mode. Super rocket barrage. 30 seconds later, 20 rockets. Each one 8 meters long and 2 meters thick, shot into the sky trailing spirit fire. The demons looked up. Even without education, they could tell that 20 giant flying tubes of death were bad news. They tried to run. The canyon was too narrow. Nowhere to go. Boom, boom, boom. 20 mushroom clouds. 500 meters out. Thousands of demons turned into modern art on the canyon walls. The shockwave hit us 3 seconds later, flapping everyone's clothes dramatically. Very cinematic. Even Yan's mouth dropped open. That's terrifying. Each rocket contained 200 spirit power points. I shrugged. Your strongest attack only uses 150. Of course, the big demon survived, just looked a bit roughed up. And the Balrog came charging in, furious. Too bad for him. The Empress, now with unlimited energy refills from the life spring, went absolutely nuclear. Cloud Shadow. Cloud Ring. Cloud Sword. 5 seconds. The Balrog was diced into pieces like a demonic stir-fry. I grinned. Yin noticed and asked why I was smiling. Notice how the Empress stopped using her original sect techniques entirely? She only uses the flowing cloud legendary set skills now. Yin smirked. I believe the humans call that the law of true fragrance. Translation. She talked trash about the new gear, now. She loves it. From there, every wave became the same beautiful pattern. Dwarf RPGs carpet bomb the field. Defense tower mops up stragglers. Then my girls unleash a skill tsunami on whatever's left standing. Rinse and repeat. Wave 35, 36, 37, all the way to 44. My score climbed to nearly 2 million. Still not enough for first place in the county ranking though. Need more. Then, after wave 44, the system dropped something new. Warning, your stubborn resistance has thoroughly enraged demon overlord Abisto. I perked up immediately. Finally, a legendary monster was coming. Took you long enough, big guy? I've been waiting. Wave 44 finally drew first blood. One of my Tianyin disciples got killed. But guess what? Life Springo BRRR. Her body was 82% intact. I tossed her into the spring's range, waited 1 minute, and she opened her eyes like, am I alive? Yes, girl, you are. Welcome back from the dead. The whole territory erupted in cheers. Even my goddess warriors got starry-eyed. They just realized that as long as my base stands, they're basically immortal. Loyalty meters across the board, 95. Nothing says, I'd die for you, like knowing your boss can you and die you. Then Chu Xia video called me with Ing Man poking her head into frame, waving like a puppy. They wanted to chat about something serious. Apparently our county is crawling with Cherry Blossom Nation players, and half our townspeople are panicking and ready to flee using transfer tokens. My response: doors open. Leave if you want. I won't guilt trip anyone. Internally, though, good luck missing out on the town luck bonus. Cowards. My score hit 3.5 million. Probably enough for first place. But a legendary monster was coming, and I'm not the type to leave loot on the table. So I pulled out my legendary hero token. Time for Hero 3. A figure stepped through the summoning gate. Blue robes, silver mask, straw hat, sword held upside down. Clearly a woman pretending to be a man, not even trying hard. I was on my way to challenge the Qingchang sword sect. How did I end up here? Lihani, the snow moon sword immortal herself. Her stats? Modest at first glance. But then I saw it. An A-rank passive skill called Sword Will. Every sword technique hits 2.4 times harder. For free. No extra energy cost. A D-rank sword slash hits like a B-rank nuke. Give this girl an A-rank sword technique, and she'd be my ultimate killing machine. According to every story ever written, this is where I should dramatically remove her mask and whisper, "Are you an angel?" But there was a giant demon army incoming, so... Rain check on the romance. How many levels can you give me? She asked eagerly. 10 is fine. 10? I laughed. That's insulting. I dumped 7.8 million energy. All 3 legendary heroes leveled to 20. Empress hit 701 combat power. Yen reached 628. Lihani sat at 450, standard, but we're about to fix that. I grabbed a regular iron sword and burned 6 million spirit stones to forge the Deathless Sword, a level 20 legendary weapon that fires A-rank sword blasts. Lihani took one look at it and nearly fainted. This is better than my mother's legendary blade. I can't accept this. Nobody here swings a sword better than you. Take it. Her favorability jumped 8 points instantly. So this is what it feels like to use money powers. I finally understand rich people. Then wave 45 arrived. The mist at the canyon's edge churned, and out stomped a demon the size of a building. Bone spikes everywhere. A tail that cracked the air like a whip. Behind it, 8 epic tier flame demons. An absolute nightmare lineup. Abisto. Level 35 golden legendary. Combat power, 1125. My stomach clenched, then relaxed. It was a flame demon type. Big, strong, but dumb. If it had been a greater demon with space warping powers and a death scythe, I'd be sweating. But a walking bonfire? We can work with that. Empress, Yen, you two hold it down. Honey, wipe out everything else. I handed each of them life water bottles. Today's entire production. They nodded with fire in their eyes. Then Abisto had to give a speech. A mere rookie lord forcing me to appear. You are the first in 10,000 years of Blue Star history. As respect for a worthy foe, I shall grant you a glorious Yendi, blah 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 villain monologue. He pointed at the sky. The clouds turned blood red. The canyon filled with suffocating pressure. Cool special effects, big guy. Now let's see if you can back it up. Abisto opened with a legendary spell called Meteor Hell. Hundreds of flaming space rocks came screaming down at my base. My reaction? Jump to my feet and scream, "Protect the base!" My squad went full Avengers mode. Yen shot into the sky with her wormhole shield. The Empress went full kaiju, blew up her cloud giant form to 40 meters tall, and started slapping meteors out of the air like mosquitoes. Lihani whispered, "Moon and flowers," and created an entire spiritual flower net over my territory. Even my dragons and goddess warriors joined in. Most meteors got deflected. Crisis avoided. Mostly. But plot twist. The meteors that hit the ground turned into 5-meter-tall fire monsters. Because of course they did. 3-in-1 combo spell. Fire, earth, and summoning. This demon does not believe in doing things simply. Then Abisto pointed his giant sword forward, and a tidal wave of demons poured out of the mist. Under his command buff, even the mid-tier demons were hitting way harder. My dwarf RPGs barely scratched them. The big showdown began. Yin tanked Abisto's sword with everything she had, got launched backward like a ping-pong ball. The Empress stabbed him in the chest with her strongest technique, and it barely left a scratch. His hellfire healed it in seconds. "This guy is a tank," the Empress yelled. Abisto was loving it. "Your shields burn energy fast. I can outlast you easy." He was right. His passive fire cost almost nothing. He was planning to just wait us out. Except he didn't know about the life water. When Yan's shield started flickering, she casually pulled out a bottle, chugged it, and powered right back up. Then the Empress did the same thing. Abisto's face was priceless. "That's cheating," he screamed. "Sorry, buddy, there's no referee here." Meanwhile, Lihani was doing surgical work on the battlefield. One invisible sword slash, a 35-level epic flame demon split clean in half, like a hot dog bun. Then she casually flicked out a dozen more slashes, each one perfectly decapitating a 6-armed snake demon. The precision was terrifying. She earned that Sword Immortal title for real. My troops were dying left and right, though. Even my goddess warrior Captain Cynthia had to sacrifice herself taking down an epic demon. But I just yelled, "Full price resurrection." 100,000 energy, and she walked out of the life spring good as new, saluted me, and charged right back in. That was my cheat code. Demons die? They stay dead. My soldiers die? They come back for round 2. The math was inevitable. 10 minutes later, Lihani finished off the last epic demon, drank her final bottle of life water, and joined the fight against Abisto. That's when the big guy finally connected the dots. The life spring? The legendary life spring that nurtures the world tree? How does a rookie have that? Too late for revelations, pal. Lihani's deathless sword slash ripped a wound down to his bones. Gray mist clung to the gash, blocking his healing. His hellfire started dimming. His energy was finally running out. 2 minutes of getting carved up like a holiday turkey later. Divine blade strike. I refuse to accept. Standard villain last words. Yin finished him off. The Empress squinted at her. "Did you just steal my kill?" Yin shrugged. "Right back at you." Then the loot dropped, and I nearly fell over. 7 million energy. 1 million spirit stones. A high-level stat book. A skill book for Meteor Hell, the same legendary spell he just used on me. And the big one. A-rank Territory Advancement Talisman. A-rank. As in legendary tier, Lord's Heart upgrade. This thing would normally cost 100 million spirit stones to craft. The system literally has rules preventing anyone from bringing anything higher than epic quality into the battlefield, which is why even Princess Ing-Man is stuck with a B-rank talent. My territory talent is already at C rank, and it turned my land into a spiritual paradise with 10 times the normal energy density. What happens when I push it to A rank? I started laughing so hard my heroes probably thought I'd lost my mind. Ha 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 ha, best loot drop ever.